So nervous.
I've never done this before.
Right this second, we're live right now.
Right now.
Crap.
Like right now.
Like
Yeah,
right
I have
like
it on.
now, right
Currently.
Right now.
As
right
I'm
now,
speaking.
right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Oh, pop out chat. That's what I want.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Hello,
That's a
everybody.
good idea.
Hello.
Hi.
Look at us. Everyone in chat. Look, we are blessed today because it's not recording by this little pig boy. Where is he? There he is. Look.
Pig Boy's allowed to
Oh,
be here.
look at him.
I think they're still watching ads. Oh, now they can see. Okay.
Well, shit. No one heard
No.
anything.
Well, they
There he
should
is.
subscribe and then not get any ads.
Okay. That's it. I cannot boop his nose.
everybody
It's too
have
far
their,
away.
recording audio up. We're
Get-
recording
no!
in 6, 5.
Wait,
4.
no, I didn't open Audacity. Stop.
Don't take him away from me.
Should we just go ahead and start? Are we waiting on anything?
I think we're
John?
live.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we're currently live. John
Yeah,
said we're
you're
live.
the Geekmas master. It's up to you.
Geekmas
God.
Master.
It's the GM.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 12 Hours of Geekmas. We have made it to the third of 3 sessions where we take our elves through a harrowing adventure. Well, at least I will. My name is Fred. I am your Geekmas master. And with us today, we have Ariel.
Hello.
And who will you be playing tonight?
So I'll be playing Sprinkle. No S. No second S.
Oh, and my pronouns are he, him.
She, her.
We also have Josh.
Hi, everyone. I'm playing Coco, and my pronouns are he, him.
Ryan.
Hey, gang, it's Ryan. I am playing Peppermint, and my pronouns are he, him.
Nika.
Hi, I am playing Crispy, and my pronouns are she, her.
And last but not least, John.
Can I just say real fast? Ivana in chat said Prinkle because it's sprinkle without the S.
That's funny. Yes. So from now on, Ariel, you are Prinkle because you did say.
Oh,
it
no.
without an S.
Oh, no.
And John, last but not least.
I'm John. I'm playing Puddin', and my pronouns are bloke and geezer.
Hell yeah.
He, him. He, him.
I like that. Bloke and Giza. Okay, so last we left our Christmas elves. We found them leaving the Oktoberfest holiday world, and they were given a flyer, a Black Friday flyer and gift card to the Mall of America.
I went there for my high school graduation with my cousins and my mom and aunt for a girls' trip.
Nika, please be more Midwestern.
Would you like to tell, or would you like me to tell you that whenever I got good grade cards, meaning if I got like mostly A's, I could pick a restaurant to go to, and I always picked Red Lobster because it was my favorite.
Gotta get them cheddar biscuits.
Cheesy biscuits.
It was, yeah.
Yes.
And they had mozzarella sticks. As a kid, you could get the child's plate of popcorn chicken with mozzarella sticks as the side.
Damn,
And
this
then I
is
would
real.
Yeah, and then you get a side salad with the little shrimp on top with ranch dressing, and then it's so good. Tell me that's not like child heaven.
It's like she's there right now.
Was it in the Great Mall of America, like the Red
No,
Lobster?
it was not in the Mall of America. We went to. I'm such a weird person with remembering food. There was a really good restaurant that was called Charleston's that we went to in the Mall of America. Pretty sure it was Charleston's.
So it is the largest mall in America, located in Bloomington, Michigan?
Minneapolis,
Minneapolis.
St. Paul.
Yes, there we go. I don't know the Midwest at all.
Straight up 35. From Texas to Minnesota, you take one highway straight up.
This is Nika Core.
Yes.
It really is.
We're learning a lot today. So the 5 of you get onto your magic tandem bicycle of dimension hopping. But for some reason, prior you were hopping from holiday world to holiday world. You are now brought to a real place, the Mall of America. As you get off your tandem bicycle, you look upon the visage of this extremely large megaplex. It is probably bigger than most cities, and crowded along the outside of this large complex are just thousands of people just clamoring to try to get in, because you have found yourself on one of the most commercialized and capitalism holidays, Black Friday.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
no.
At the Mall of America.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so glad they have bicycle parking here.
Now, as you look upon this crowd in front of you, you know that somehow you're going to have to navigate this maniacal crowd to get inside this mall to possibly locate Krampus. The last you had heard from the Oktoberfestians was that Krampus came by and alluded that he would be here in this mall, and possibly Santa as well, who you are currently looking to rescue. Otherwise, Christmas will be a failure, and oh, so many children will be distraught without the gifts provided under their trees.
Sometimes punishment is good for you.
Krampus?
No, that's
Oh,
Crispy.
we found him. That was easy.
Yeah. Get Crispy. Get her.
Oh,
Interestingly
my God.
enough, there is another elf here with you by the name of Dash. And Dash is like, oh, don't worry. I'll get ahead of you. I'll go up to the crowd and make way for you. And Dash just starts sprinting up to the large crowds of people. Now, as Dash gets up there, he starts to kind of spread his merriness and is interacting with the people, but they're just a little bit out of earshot. But the people that are crowding around him look very odd and very different. They don't look like your standard merry shoppers. Before you, you see Dash the elf ripped apart by the human shoppers as you realize that for some reason, maybe by some dark magic, the shoppers, due to their greed and their desire to purchase as much as they can, have turned into some type of feral creature.
God,
Possibly.
this
We
is
have a gift card.
Oh no.
This took the hardest left turn right now.
oh wow.
I should've
You know,
known.
I watched the last segment and I thought that Cupid was real scary. I'm horrified now.
Welcome to a Fred Geenleaf game.
Where did Dash
You ever
come from?
introduce an NPC and then immediately murder them?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter where he came from. Easy come, easy go.
I have good news and I have bad news. I can make us invisible for a minute 4 times, but only 4 times.
Okay. Well, I feel like this should be one time. Okay, hold on though.
Fred, does it look
where
like
do
I
we
can-
want to go?
No, never mind. Well, the problem is also the people. They're
Mhm.
physically in the way.
What if we
Mhm.
ate them?
You want to eat the people.
I'm not very
Yeah.
hungry, Crispy.
Yeah.
Okay. What if we Okay, I have
Is there a fire truck nearby?
Roll
Just a big dog.
bright.
Okay, hold on. What is it? It's a D20, right?
Yeah, D20
Oh,
plus
I should
bright.
get some dice.
Oh, that's not good. 10 total.
And that is an average DC. You do locate a fire engine. There is actually a fire station nearby specifically for the Mall of America, because you can only imagine the type of calamities that happen in such a largely populated building.
So we're obviously going to use the ladder that's on top of the fire truck to get into the second story.
I thought you were going to blast them all away with a water
I
cannon.
thought about that, but Coco's never done anything wrong in their life.
I feel like isn't Coco supposed to be like good too? Like I don't
Yeah,
feel like
Coco's
oh,
good.
I feel
Okay,
crispy
Coco's the
would-
only nice
What
elf.
if?
Yes.
But okay, hear me out though. We have to get the fire engine over here. What if I take my flaming Yule log and light the mall on fire, and then they have to come over, and while they're putting the fire out with the hose, because the mall is 2 stories but will contain the fire to 1 story, we'll take the thing up and we'll scurry up to the top.
Crispy, I don't want to like come down on your ideas or anything, but the fire truck's literally right over there.
Let me light the fire.
That's a great idea. Do it. Do it.
I'm doing it.
I
I'm doing it.
don't
I like
know.
the
I don't know.
I would prefer if you didn't.
Yeah,
Please
I'm
don't.
gonna vote no on this one.
Okay, guys. No fire. Promise.
Can I operate the vehicle?
Crispy does light it on fire when everyone's not looking.
Who
But just
one of us
is
a
good
push.
at operating fire trucks?
Well, Crispy,
Uh,
if you look into the chat, prior Crispies are urging you to light things on fire. So
You
Yeah.
do have advantage to using your flaming Yule log as well. It would be a shame not to.
I just want to like light a bush on fire, like a burning bush of Christmas.
I'm sure there's a dry
If you
Christmas
light
tree
a
around.
burning,
Yeah.
if you light a bush on fire, Ariel can make everyone invisible, and she can talk from the burning bush.
Yes. Oh my
As
god.
long as it's not an attack, we're golden.
and then
Only
what?
for a minute.
Convince them like that they're God and like
I don't see how this is going to get us in the Mall of America, but
I don't see how this is not going to be a bad time though.
okay.
gonna
So
be fun.
Crispy, do you light your
Yes.
Yule log and this bush?
Yeah.
Roll naughty.
I don't think it's a bush. I think it's a whole Christmas tree.
Oh, is it a
It
Christmas
is.
tree?
Yeah.
What if it is the main center Christmas tree that's like out in front of the mall?
Catches the
What if we were
nativity
outside of
scene
Fox
like
News instead?
Nika just broke right there with glee.
Okay, I got a 13 plus 8, so an 18 naughty.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait,
So-
and I got advantage. Hold on, I might do better. No, I did not do better.
Before any of the rest of you are able to prevent Crispy from doing her maniacal, naughty things, Crispy is in front of an extremely large Christmas tree, the largest Christmas tree you've ever seen, even larger than Santa Claus's Christmas tree, the Christmas tree of the Mall of America.
Yeah.
The fire starts very modest at the bottom as you can see the pine needles start to catch fire. But due to some kind of frosting that was placed onto this tree, immediately the entire thing flames up into a gigantic bonfire that would make Burning Man blush. And it is just ablaze. At which point you start to notice that there's movement amongst the people in front of the mall. They, instead of clambering up against the walls and the doors trying to get in, they start to turn around, and it seems like if they're attracted by something that is a large burning tree on fire, and they start rushing towards you. You have mere moments before this crazed crowd is upon you. What do you do?
Well, I'm
Do
so
we
glad
run?
that you...
Do we go invisible? What do we want?
I'm so glad that while you were doing that, I was operating the fire truck.
It was a horrible
Coco,
idea.
Coco comes just driving up in a large fire engine with a ladder on top of it. What do you say to the rest of your group?
The hazards are on, so I don't run over anyone.
I'm hopping on. I'm joining Coco in the fire truck.
No hop-ons. I also hop on, but I do it while I want to do like cool light, like the fire things that you see at Renaissance festivals. Crispy does that while they're like
Fire breathing?
Wait, are you doing like a fire show?
yeah, like a little fire show.
Like the poi that you swing around.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
and that
absolutely
way-
seen somebody doing flaming whips as well.
If anyone, okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so Crispy
Flaming
has a
riding
riding
crop.
crop. We can have the flaming riding crop of.
Aren't you oily too?
Am I oily?
Why is she
Yes.
oily?
I
No,
don't know.
you're in
that
gimp
was
suit.
that was
Oh.
washed. That was washed.
Well,
off
you
at
have
the
to be
end of the
oily
last
to get in
episode.
Oh, okay.
latex. So
Fair.
okay.
So
Yes.
Coco
Beep, beep.
drives the
Ready,
fire
Robert, ready.
engine. Wow. Does everybody else jump on, or do you guys stay back?
Yeah,
We all jump
absolutely
on.
I'm on
Yeah.
that truck.
So Coco drives the fire truck as Crispy on the hood of the fire truck swings her flaming riding crop, smacking away any consumers that get too close. And due to the fact that Crispy was able to distract the vast majority of these shoppers towards the flaming tree, Coco was able to drive the fire truck right up to the building and was able to position the ladder into an advantageous area, and you're able to climb up onto the second floor.
Hell yeah.
We did it.
Oh my gosh.
Yay.
Amazing. Amazing.
Thanks for joining, everyone. We'll see you all next year. Sun's coming up in 3
Yes,
hours.
quick thinking with the fire truck.
Yeah.
As you enter into this large complex, you crawl through a window, which looks like possibly a bathroom. And as you exit this bathroom, you're on the second floor of this extremely large mall. Before you is a vast expanse of upwards of 500 stores, typically manned by 11,000 employees, and probably 3 to 4 times that amount of consumers. You look upon a sea of shoppers, all wild-eyed and crazed. They are all clawing at each other, pushing each other, running each other over with shopping carts, pulling Christmas presents out of other people's hands, running away with them. It is just consumerism chaos. In the center of the mall is a large aquarium in the shape of a snow globe. And within is a small cottage underwater. But inside this aquarium are 100 sharks swimming around. And yet you still have a large way to go before you could get there.
Nika, how many floors is the Mall of America?
It's at least 2, but I think that there might be a third floor, but I think the third floor is just like a theater. There's like 4 or 5 different Victoria's Secrets, and I don't want to, well, actually, but in the middle is an amusement park.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where the aquarium
Yes.
is.
I'm
Yep.
so excited.
And there's also
can
like
we
a
ride
Nickelodeon
Snoopy
land.
like air ride thing and go around and like use that to go above people? I'm just gonna keep doing this in the
Yes. So there is what is like a strapped air ride that brings you to a different part. Is that what it is? Like Snoopy's air ride through the mall?
Well, it's like, okay, Dumbo's ride at Disney where it's like
Yes.
just you're going
It's just a
around, that kind of
spinny
thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like that.
You've got me there.
Oh,
Disney,
a
yes, I know
spinny thing.
Disney.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you like
It
go up
begins
in
and
the
ends at the same
air.
place.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Got it.
sure there's one of those. Yeah.
Is there and I assume there is a sporting goods store nearby?
Dicks.
Absolutely.
Excuse
But
me?
you will have to roll bright
Dick's
to be
Sporting
able to
Goods.
click.
Sporting goods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. There's probably I'm not gonna even make you roll for it. There is clearly an extremely large Dick's Sporting Goods store right next to you.
So you
By the
said
bathroom.
there
So
was
lucky.
You said there was a sea of people in front of us. So
Yeah, on the bottom level,
Yeah.
there are a lot of people on the upper floor as well.
So I was thinking of going in to Dick's and getting like a big inflatable dinghy and riding it across the sea of people.
Okay,
This is brilliant.
interesting.
Like crowd
Do they
surf-
sell
crowd
shark
surfing
repellent?
on a big dinghy.
See, I'm envisioning. You said Dick's, and I envision getting like rope and making like a zip line to where we need
Okay.
to go.
Yeah.
That's good too.
What if
Yeah,
we
my thought.
go ahead?
When Nika said Victoria's Secrets, it was like, oh, easy. We create a whole line out of bras to string across. and and then you were like, just use rope, and I was like, oh, that makes more sense.
I guess. But also bras. Okay. What if we made a fake sign for like a flash sale over at like a store on the opposite side of the mall, so everyone would run over there and then they would like clear out of the area?
Can we
A
hack
fire
into the
sale.
PA system?
Yes.
One of us
I don't know
is
if
a
we
smart elf.
can, but yes.
not Coco.
Sprinkles
I
a
got
smarty.
5 bright.
And
Surely
you've got
there
like an
Didn't I
iPad
get
thing,
leader
you
hose?
could
I have
probably-
6 bright actually.
2. I have 2 bright, so I don't come up with this, but I
Wait,
just
I
know
actually have 4 bright.
Sprinkle could probably like hack into the Wi-Fi or something and access the PA.
Sprinkle.
Yeah, let's go find the like security closet.
We're in the bathroom, so it's going to be in one of those weird mall hallways, like
Yeah.
the Batman
Yeah.
hallways.
It's got like the security office and like the manager's office. So I guess Sprinkle, if you want to roll a bright, maybe you
Let's
can
do it.
recall the standard floor plans of a mall and try to locate the computer system.
All right. Didn't roll so hot, but it's a 16 total.
Oh, yeah. So that is above a tough DC. So with your experience of being an elf, you're very familiar with mall floor plans. It's something that Santa puts you up to ensure that you have the ability to, navigate these complexes with ease. And your training allows you to navigate the area fairly well. You come across what looks like maybe a security office, and you have a good feeling that within this security office, there would probably be some kind of computer system, maybe a PA system, something that controls the monitors of this complex.
All right, yeah, let's go in and hack it, and we'll try and corral everybody away from where we need to be.
Unfortunately, the door is locked.
Puts out a sound. He's like, hold on, I need his voice. So it's got to be it's got to be a Kiwi accent, but I've also got an elf voice, so I kind of have to combine them. So hold on. Don't worry, mate, I got this. And he pushes him, Sprinkle out the way, and he just kicks the door as hard as he can because he's a big old boy.
Okay, roll hardy.
I have 7 in hearty. I only rolled a 4, so 11.
So you slam up against the door, and unfortunately, the first time you slam up against it, it does crack a little bit, but the door is still steadfast in your way. You feel like maybe with the aid of another elf or maybe a second attempt or a different attempt might be able to get you past this obstacle.
Sorry there, mate. I feel like a right drongo.
Look, I'm smart, but I'm not strong, so.
I will give it a try. I am going to pop a hard candy just to hardy myself up, and I'm going to give it a go.
Here, use this axe I brought with me from the fire truck.
There you go. Plus
That's
2
an even
to your
better
roll.
idea.
So, Ryan, are you going to aid, or are you going to actually try to break the door yourself?
Now that I have an axe, I'm going to try to just break the door myself.
All right, plus 2 to your hardy.
That is a 22.
Nice.
So the axe that Coco provided snaps right through the handle of the door, but then lodges itself so that you're unable to remove the axe from the door, but the door does swing open.
I was mostly just trying to keep Crispy from getting it.
And now she will never be able to get that axe back.
Oh, raspy.
As the door swings open, the security room is quite dark, other than the bright white monitors that flashes in front of you. There can be easily 10 to 20 of them with servers and computer screens and a couple of chairs. As you look, though, you can see that there are two people sitting in the chairs in front of you, but they have not moved due to the commotion.
These nerds don't know anything about night mode. Wait, Coco's nice. Coco would never say that. Coco would never call anyone a nerd.
Coco stops, and then Crispy goes, "Nerd."
I like that the subtitles thought you said Goku would never call anyone a nerd.
Goku also would.
I don't know
Coco,
who
Power
these people
5000.
are, but I'm going to don my plumber brother's costume, and I'm going to attempt to jump on both of their heads
No.
to knock them out, of course.
Okay.
I pull. Could I? Okay, well, never mind. You go ahead. You go ahead.
Is that a hardy? What would you like for that? Is that a naughty?
Yeah, that's definitely a hardy. You could do or a naughty. Actually, it's either or.
Okay,
How naughty are your jumps?
that is a whole 7.
Not that naughty.
So you before I let Nika go, Ryan, as Peppermint, you don your plumber siblings outfit. Is that what it was
Yes.
called?
Plumber Brothers
siblings?
costume.
Oh,
from
Plumber
Spirit
Brothers.
Halloween.
Okay. And you grab onto the back of these chairs, but unfortunately you didn't realize that these chairs recline very easily. So as you grab onto the back to vault yourself up to jump, you accidentally kind of like pull the chairs down with you, and then two bodies tumble on top of you, and then you start to hear a growling and hissing noise, and you can see that they are dark-eyed, and there is some kind of black ichor drooling out of their mouth, and they are starting to scratch at you.
This is bad.
Oh boy.
This is bad, Fred.
All right.
I knew there would be zombies.
You are going to take 2 points of damage as these security guards scratch at you. All right, Crispy.
Shit. You got scratched?
Yes.
Kill him.
We
Let's get a turn.
gotta put him down. Sorry, I just learned I got an accent.
What? Okay.
It's the smoker's accent.
Yeah, your wife came up with it. That's not a joke, that's the truth.
It's me, Dr. Girlfriend. Where's the monarch? All right, so what are you going to do, Crispy? You just saw Peppermint get attacked by these two security guards.
I'm getting God over here.
Wow. You know, on one hand, I really want to help Peppermint out, but on the other hand, Peppermint is.
Oh, I've got Peppermint. Don't worry about Peppermint.
Oh, okay. Crispy looks over at Coco and does the look of like, one of us has to put Peppermint out of their misery, and
Wait,
like
what?
they meant murder, but then Coco's like, "Yeah, I got
Yeah,
this."
absolutely. I can't wait to help Peppermint.
Yeah. And so Crispy's like,
Just cheers.
just
him
a
up.
nod, and then turns around. I guess I'm gonna try to swing my flaming Yule log at the zombies.
All right, go ahead.
I don't have control over my lights anymore, so I can't turn the rave off. I'm sorry, everyone. I hate it just as much as y'all. Okay, that's wait, what do I need to roll for this?
So you get to, for an attack, you can choose either naughty or hardy,
Okay, I'm gonna go
but for
naughty.
damage, it'll always be naughty.
Okay, I'm gonna do naughty for attack. So I got a 13 plus 5, so an 18 to hit.
Absolutely. You
Perfect.
connect.
And then the naughty, then my number that is just my damage, right?
Well, you roll
So
a d4
D4.
plus
D4.
naughty.
Okay. Sorry, it's been a year and I had all of this pulled up, but I guess I, didn't realize there were 2 pages. I'm sorry. Don't yell at me. 3 plus 5, so 8 damage.
So explain how you vanquish this security guard.
So, Crispy pulls out a joint and says,
Let's get lit.
That was so bad. I can't do it, but it says something along the lines like that. I can't do it anymore. Let's skillet. What do you can't do it? Let's skillet. Anyway, pulls the Yule log out, lights it up with that, and then just takes like a big hit and like inhales all of it and like exhales, and it looks really cool. And like as the smoke plumes out, the flaming Yule log comes down, bonks right on the head, knocks that nerd zombie right on his ass. Maybe.
Excellent. Yes, and
Okay.
that nerd zombie does not move anymore, and there is only one nerd zombie left.
Flaming Yule Brenner log.
All right, Coco, what do you do in this situation?
Coco, knowing that Coco themselves is a little bit injured, and just seeing, Ryan, what is your elf's name?
Peppermint.
Peppermint. Just seeing Peppermint be absolutely devastated, decides to give a little Christmas speech to all and heal everyone by 2 HP.
Oh, nice.
So-
Yay!
So you have to make that speech, though.
Yes, I'm fully prepared to do that.
Okay.
Everyone, if you think about it, I used to be afraid of our basement back at the North Pole. It's dark. There's weird stuff down there, and it smells funny. That sort of thing. It's bothered me for years. Basements are like that. I made myself go down and do some laundry, and I found that it's not so bad. I worried about it, but if you turn on the lights, it's no big deal.
Everybody receives 2 points of healing due to that festive speech made by Coco.
It was a really nice speech, but I wish you wouldn't talk about my bedroom that way.
Oh no!
Well, if you didn't keep it so stinky, it wouldn't be so scary.
They don't let me live upstairs. Peppermint's old now. I don't know if
Peppermint, the downstairs elf.
He's the 40-year-old guy living in the basement of his mom's house.
Kev It's Kev Elf.
All right. Puddin'. What are you going to do?
Puddin' pulls out his naughty and nice knuckle dusters and sticks them on and walks up to it's just one that's left, right?
Yes.
So he walks up to the last one and he goes, "Oh, you want to go, bro? Come on in. Let's have it." And he punches him. 26.
Just a regular
that
lad.
is a definite hit. A very tough
Unfortunately,
DC.
I don't actually have a lot of naughty to do damage. But I did 5 damage.
Okay. So your knuckle dusters just smack this security guard in the side of the face, and you could kind of just see his eyes roll up and his knees buckle, and he drops to the ground. And the encounter is over. You do notice, though, that although they weren't shoppers, for some reason they also were afflicted by some kind of malady, and they were just like the customers. These drooling black ichor, dark set eyes and zombie-like features.
Fucking
And it seems, and it seems like it's affecting the humans right now. All right, Sprinkle. Before you is the most complex computer system you have ever seen. How do you navigate this?
I'm just gonna start pressing buttons and hope that I figure it out.
And what is your end goal? What message are you trying to put out there in what fashion?
Okay, so we're trying to get to the aquarium. It's in the middle of the store?
Yes, in the middle of the mall. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to just say that there's this big fire sales. They're going to have extra doorbusters. The store is farthest to the edges. Maybe even out in the parking lot. There are going to be some coupons.
Which store do you think that is on the edges of this mall?
Oh, Nika's tagging.
It's gotta be a Macy's.
It's the edge of a mall. It's a Macy's.
Yeah.
It's a
A
Nordstrom.
JCPenney's,
Yeah.
a
It's a
Sears.
JCPenney.
You know it's a fucking
That's what it's going to be.
Macy's.
It's going
Or
to be a 25% off total purchase coupon for Macy's if you go to the parking lot.
Wow, 25% off at Macy's. Roll a bright and see
Yeah.
how successful you are.
Is it a 1?
I'm not a bad
Oh.
hacker. You get to learn a
Oh.
special little
Okay,
lesson.
so during a natural 1, you have what we call a special lesson. So
Yeah.
by singing a song, you can actually increase the opposite of the bright skill, which would be naughty,
Hearty.
maybe nice.
Party, I think.
Nice is
Hearty?
opposite
Oh,
to
okay.
naughty.
Heart.
Okay. Oh God, gotta think of a song.
So your electronics are going haywire right now.
Let's see.
Do you want me to light it on fire?
Oh, I gotta think
I
of
don't know
a
if that'll
song.
help, but this works
I've
on my
forgotten all
TV in the
songs.
basement. And I'm gonna bonk the side of it with one of my batons.
I also have
flying
bright if
batons
you want
that
me
I
to just try to also hack it.
Yeah.
I can try to help you if you want to hack
You need to
it.
sing your little song first.
I
though.
do. I'm still thinking.
Sing something to the tune
Oh.
of Rudolph.
Computers aren't as easy as I thought. They're not as easy as a sleigh. People are smarter. They know coupons are not always real.
There you go.
Don't touch retail me not.
So
true.
your
It's true,
Hardy
don't
goes
trust
up by 1. And unfortunately, the monitors and the PA system is going haywire right now. And the screens are just flashing and strobing, whipping the customers into a frenzy. Now, if you would like, you can attempt the same thing at a disadvantage, or you can find a different way to continue forth.
Anybody else have any ideas? You want me to try again?
What if we blow up the speakers everywhere?
I don't know what the point is, but yes, I like it. It seems to work in Left 4 Dead.
Or we could just make a loud noise, but I don't.
So you do look out and about, and the whipped up frenzy, you do notice that the customers are pooling in certain areas where the monitors are. So they're not a large congregated mass. They are in small groups. You might be able to use some skill to try to navigate in between them or figure out some other thing, but they are somewhat distracted. So it wasn't a total loss.
There's a PA system, right?
That's what we've been
Yes.
That's
using.
what we were trying to.
Yeah.
access.
Okay. I would like, because I have said that Peppermint is old, so I would like. Can Peppermint have a hearing aid?
Okay.
No,
And what? Okay, so you're going to try to create like a.
I would like to take my
feedback.
hearing aid to the feet and make feedback as loud as
Okay.
I possibly can
Right.
next to the mic.
You're gonna have to
And-
quiet
and-
place it.
What is your goal? Like, are you trying to deafen all of them, or
I'm trying to get them to leave the store or to leave the mall.
Got it.
I'm trying to
Okay.
evacuate the area.
Okay, so I think that would be probably like either a bright or naughty. Either one of those I would accept for that role.
Okay, those are both the same for me, so that works out. That is a whole 14.
Okay. So as you place your old man's earpiece up against the PA system, a incredibly loud, shrill, squeaking noise or static noise just erupts from every single speaker in the mall, to the point that all of you are slightly affected by it as well. It is a very unpleasant noise, except for Peppermint, because your hearing aid is out and you're unable to hear it currently.
Yeah, as I'm doing it, and I've already done it, I say, cover your ears.
And you start to see that it is once again driving these customers into a frenzy, but it does seem like it's thinning out the herd. The remaining groups of shoppers that are there now have this black ichor coming out of their ears as well, but they seem to be disoriented, and any type of sneak will probably get a bonus due to the fact that you have probably burst all of their eardrums.
If only we were able to turn ourselves invisible.
We can do that.
We can.
We can. I'll do that.
What if
Okay,
they couldn't
but
see us? What do you
how
think?
far
great
away
idea.
is it? Because it only lasts for a minute, and I can do it again.
I'm worried about the sharks on the other end. If we get there and then we don't have a way to deal with the sharks, then
I've always wanted to wrestle a shark. I used to wrestle sharks back home in the old
Look,
Mordor.
what we could do, we could break the aquarium, but I don't want to do that to the sharks. The sharks did
Okay,
nothing
but what
wrong.
if we did? What if we just broke it? What if we lit marshmallows on fire, we made them molten, and we threw it on everyone?
wait, what if we just feed them? They're probably hungry.
It's just
What
like
if we feed
napalm.
the
You're
sharks
putting
the
Wait,
people?
napalm.
yeah, the sharks will leave you alone if you leave them alone.
Okay,
And they're
chum in the
hungry.
water. Let's
Is that
start hacking
true?
at the ankles.
Oh wait, we have some people
At
we
the
could
shark's
throw in.
ankles?
No, at the people's ankles. We hack at the ankles and we feed them to the sharks.
Just their ankles?
No, we start at the ankles and we hack them down like little
What-
wood chippers.
That seems
What
like
if-
too much
what if we-
effort.
What if we put something in the water and it turns into something else and then they can't breathe in the water?
You mean like we drown them?
Yeah.
Okay,
Ew,
let's
stop
do
saying we
that.
should pee in things.
Like that.
I didn't say that.
Like that instant snow stuff where you add water, it turns into snow. You could fill up the aquarium with that.
Yeah, but then how do we get to the little house?
Well, I mean,
We could
just wade
swim through
it.
after that.
It's not solid, is it?
What if
Snow.
what if we swim into the little house and then while we're in the little house, we shoot out the aquarium, the sharks go flying everywhere, they start eating the people, and then we don't have to worry about getting out with the Insta snow.
I'm also worried about getting in.
This is great. I think we should do it.
Like, yeah, how are you getting to the house? Because like the
Okay.
sharks are there. You're gonna
Okay,
shoot it
what
when
if-
you get to the house, but to get there, the sharks are still there.
Okay, what if we go up, we put the instant snow in the snow globe, and then we shoot it out. The sharks are already frozen, they're not gonna feel anything. And then it'll be like a winter wonderland here. And then we go in the hut, in the home, and we do our business.
What if we accidentally shoot whoever's in the home?
Well, you know,
Hey, how do we
It
know
could
there's
be
someone in the
Santa.
home?
Is there cameras?
Could just be
Pointed
a
inside
Christmas
the home?
ornament.
What if,
I
what
don't
if,
know, these
what
are
if
the
there's like
ideas I
a
got.
kid's one of those construction machines that goes like that, but like it's not full size, but it's but it's still big, and we can just ride in it, and someone can drop us in, and then the sharks can't get us. It's like a shark cage.
What if we play that fishing game where we literally just pull the sharks out of?
Yeah, let's
Imagine
fish
it on
out
the
all
string.
100
Like a-
sharks.
Why if we
Yeah.
feed all the sharks some
claw
metal
game?
and then we fish them out with magnets?
Hearing a
No
lot of
animals were
viable-
harmed during the
examples.
airing of this show, by the way, everybody.
A lot of really great ideas.
I don't know, I'm just throwing spaghetti on the
Wait.
wall here.
What if
Is
we
there-
did all of them?
Did anyone bring our hot chocolate powder?
You know I fucking did. I never
could
leave
dump-
home without it.
Fill the aquarium with hot chocolate powder. Then we could still swim through it, but the sharks would be so full from drinking all the hot chocolate that they wouldn't want to eat us.
Yeah, that's my thing. Yeah,
That is so fucking.
I agree with that.
That is,
that.
yeah.
I like it.
Don't
Okay.
worry about the fact that the sharks would die.
I don't
No,
care.
shh, we don't
Oh
talk
my
about
God.
that.
Coco's not
Okay.
thinking about that.
Do you?
Do you want to put the powder in, or do you want someone else to do it?
We could all do it. We could hold hands and do it together.
Okay, I'm not singing one of your stupid songs though. I
That's
love you,
okay.
but
I'll sing for the two of us.
Okay, you got so much heart. I promise I will never light you on fire.
The chat brings up a good point. It's not really hot chocolate if it's not hot.
Chocolate milk.
It's just lukewarm chocolate.
It's also good.
Okay, what if
Watered
we heat
down
it up?
chocolate powder.
Oh, okay,
Put your
Crispy.
flaming
Well,
Yule
no
log
one
underneath.
again.
Wait,
Well, no one is
don't tell
looking.
Crispy to heat it up.
Yeah, it's like, well, no one is looking. Crispy goes down and starts heating up the bottom
No,
of the
don't
aquarium.
boil it because we have to swim in it.
We're gonna get down there, and Christy's gonna pull out one chocolate cocoa packet, and that's it for the
I
entire
wonder what
snow
shark
globe.
tastes like after you
Like-
boil it in chocolate milk.
So like Crispy's like walking down the hallway. She walks down the stairs. She's walking towards the middle of the mall, like right where the snow globe is. And then she looks back at the rest of you and goes, "Hey, look, I was able to get by. I'm just fine." And then at that point, like all of the shoppers look at Crispy with like their crazed eyes.
Okay, I make us all invisible.
Okay. Magic point.
Magic point, yes.
Oh, I need
All
to take
right.
away a healing magic point.
Miracle.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wait, do we
you
have
went
to do
from
something?
a 6 to a 5, right?
I,
Up to 65.
mine-
That's what I did.
yeah, and mine went from 4 to 3.
Yep.
I'm gonna yell over to Crispy. Don't hit anybody or they'll see you.
Okay. Okay. Does that include lighting people on fire?
Probably.
I will try my very best.
Okay, Crispy. What do you do now? And what do the rest of you do?
We're
do
trying to
you
catch up
also
with
follow?
Crispy.
Yeah.
And you're all invisible, so you kind of navigate your way around these small throngs of these zombie shoppers.
Fred, do we
And-
have enough hot chocolate powder for this plan, or do we need to find some hot chocolate powder?
Josh, your character's name is Coco.
Oh, that's
I
right.
think you have plenty of hot chocolate powder.
I was like, and if not, Crispy is like literally leaving little packets of hot cocoa as we go to like a trail for folks to follow.
Mhm.
And it has the marshmallows included.
Since we're invisible, can we see each other?
It
That's a
doesn't
great
specify.
question. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay, so the four of us are all
Oh,
holding
no.
hands, following the little trail of hot chocolate powders with marshmallows included.
That's so sweet. Oh my god, I love cocoa.
Coco's never done anything wrong in their life.
At least not
So,
that anyone
as
can find out.
Coco leads the rest of the elves together, hands clasped together. Crispy, you are by yourself, left to your own devices. What are you doing right now?
Currently just really fighting the urge to light things on fire, but I think I would like to try to be helpful and maybe find a way up into the aquarium. Is there a way that is visible, readily like available for us, or is there a way that needs to be cleared?
So, are you at the bottom of this aquarium, or like, are you looking from like the second floor?
You tell me, Fred.
So you start at the bottom of this large snow globe aquarium, and
Okay.
within it is a wintry scene, a very modest cottage, very reminiscent of Christmas scenery, and of course the sea life and the sharks that swim around it. When you actually get closer, you notice that the sharks actually have lasers attached to their head, and so they're equipped for any type of person trying to invade this aquarium,
Except
But
for
as-
one.
Pretty much a
Yes.
laser.
except for Coco.
Oh my god.
Mission
Okay.
impossible. Mission elf possible. You climb up to the second floor, and you can see that at the very center top there is a small cork plug the size that an elf can fit through. So there is a way to get in, but to be able to reach that entrance in Snow Globe, you'll have to figure out how to get from the second floor hallway to the Snow Globe, which is probably about 40 to 50 feet from the railing.
Go get the
Zip line
bras.
from Dick's.
Wait. Okay, it's a mall. It's a mall. It's decorated, right? I'm sure there's like
With
garland
tinsel.
along the balcony.
There
Yeah.
are probably Christmas lights and other,
Mhm.
just
Is there
all
an
kinds of stuff.
is there an escalator nearby?
There is an escalator.
Can you slide down the escalator?
You absolutely could.
That'll take us to the bottom of it.
Wait,
which is not where I wanna go.
but it's not going to slide you to the top of the
That
aquarium.
doesn't matter. The question was, can we
That wasn't
slide
the
down the
question, Fred.
escalator?
Oh, okay, yes.
Don't worry about it. Peppermint, we'll explain gravity to you again later.
Peppermint is just sliding down
Oh
the
my
escalator.
God.
And then going right back up.
Puddin wants to do the thing Jackie Chan does in that movie where he grabs the Christmas lights, just slides down and shattering all the bulbs and stuff
Yes.
to land on top
Is
of
that
the,
okay?
The globe.
Puddin. That's going to have to be a bright.
Oh dear.
I feel like I'll accept a naughty as well. Either or.
Since you're breaking things.
How does a 4 do you?
A 4. So Puddin stands up on the second floor railing.
It just falls.
Right next
He goes, "Who am I?"
right next to a column. He starts unwrapping the Christmas lights, right? And like tugs it a little bit and kind of gives himself a reassuring nod. And then drops so that he can swing on the Christmas lights. But if we recall what Matthew Morris said from the last game, Puddin is a very stocky, heavy elf, and the lights immediately snap as he falls, hurtling to the ground, and takes 1 point of damage from striking the ground. You're back down to 12.
So I didn't
Who's next?
land on the globe then.
No, with a 4?
You know, honestly, it was really close, John. It was really close.
You should try it again.
Just one more point would have done it.
Do we want to revisit my zipline idea?
I'm for it.
I like it.
Yeah, zipline
know-
bras.
Yeah, I liked the bra idea from earlier.
Yeah.
I honestly, Nika, really like the bra. This is Nika's voice. I like the bra.
I really like the bras too.
Unless there's
yeah,
no
I like
other
bras
materials
too.
that are
How you doing, bruh?
there's no other materials nearby we could possibly use. So obviously we have to go.
Oh,
to one
you
of the
know
nearest.
that there are one of those discount sheet kiosks in there.
A discount
like-
sheet kiosk.
Yeah, have you never seen them? They're like at malls all the time. Oh, this is a big Midwest thing. So it's going to be like an 1800 thread count, but really it's like a microfiber kind of thing. It's they're supposed to be super cheap, like you buy a king size set for $30 and it's like a value from like $130 or whatever, but it's like honestly you get, obviously, you know, you can get that on Amazon for $30. So they're everywhere, so we could use some sheets if we want it.
And how will you grapple these sheets, bras?
With
ropes?
bras. We're gonna
Well,
link them together.
Okay, and then you're gonna throw the bra somewhere, and it's gonna like hook
tied
onto
into
something?
a candy cane.
Yeah.
I think
Candy
Oh,
cane
we're gonna
grappling
use the
hook.
wire from the underwire bras to make a grappling hook.
yes.
All right,
That's so
who's gonna
fucking smart.
roll?
What do we have to roll, Naughty?
I'll take anything at this point.
You know, I think
That sounds
Crispy
bright
would
to
do
me.
it. Okay, Crispy
I
would
want
do
to
it, but it's
aid.
not bright.
Okay, you
Sounds like
can
a bright.
aid. So if you do a d20 and roll over a 10, you can add +2 to another elf's roll.
I did not roll over a 10. I rolled a 7.
Do you want to do it, Peppermint?
I could give it a shot.
If you want.
I will also aid you.
Is
Let's
this a
see.
bright? What is this? Sorry.
No, I did not
I think
aid
it's
you.
whatever you want.
I poked myself in the eye with one of the underwires.
Yes.
And I got
Sprinkle,
distracted patting you, helping you.
yeah,
19
Sprinkle's like
plus
wrapped
3
up
plus
in the
2.
bras. 19 plus 2?
Yeah. Plus
All
3 plus
right.
2. 19 plus 5 total.
Oh, 19 plus 5.
Wow.
So Peppermint, although you are old, that comes with a lifetime of experience. and the times that you spent in the Christmas wars, where you had to fight in the Christmas tree jungles, and you're very well versed in making ropes and traps. And he swings the bra zip line up and creates a contraption that allows you to swing over onto the top of the aquarium tank. So now the 5 of you find yourself on top of the snow globe aquarium tank, housing 100 sharks with lasers attached to their heads. You pull the rubber cork off the top, and one at a time, each of you can slide into the water. But I believe that Coco had an idea to help maybe mask the vision of the sharks, or maybe get them happy drunk with chocolate powder. And is that what we do?
Coco's obviously wearing a full vest that has pockets covering all of it for any items that their friends might ever need at any particular time. Never for themselves. It's always for their friends. So they start dumping out some of these pockets, and they're all containing... Oh, wait, no. I have a magical bag filled with... I have a Santa sack.
You got a bag of holding, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a bag of holding. My bag of holding is my vest, and it's filled with little pouches of cocoa powder, and we start dumping it in with the marshmallows included into the aquarium.
I love the idea of like the vest of holding, and Coco's like, I always keep whatever my friends need. But to Coco, the only thing that his friends need is hot cocoa. So it's just packet after packet of cocoa is dropped into the water, and the water starts to become a little murky and muddy, and the entire globe aquarium just browns out, and it's just a brown slurry of liquid.
I'm sure it looks really cool with all the sharks' lasers on the inside.
Yes. And you feel confident that it'll be very hard for the sharks to track you. If you were to just do like a sneak roll, it would probably give you advantage at this point. But also, there is the thought that maybe it'll be very hard for you to traverse murky waters yourself.
Fred, I have some peppermint spray that I would like to use, if that's okay. It is a magic point. I'm going to pull out a little bottle of old man cologne, and it just smells like peppermint. I'm going to twist the top off, and I'm going to pour it in the slurry, and it gives all the enemies in it a -5 on their next roll.
I just imagine like a bottle that says Old Peppermint, but it's like in the script of Old Spice.
Yes.
And he just dumps it in there. Now we have a peppermint cocoa slurry happening inside. That actually will give a -5 to all of the sharks' rolls to find you. So
I did use my whole bottle, so I'm okay using all my magic points for that.
You have to use all your magic points?
Well, it's the whole bottle. It's up to you, Fred.
Well, I guess there is 100 sharks. It's a big thing, and I would say
it's like, are you going to use it again?
You would have to use at least 3 of your 6 magic points. Let's say that.
Okay,
that's
fair.
The difference.
Down.
All right. Okay. So how are you guys gonna traverse? Like, are you just jumping into the water and swimming down, or?
Yeah, Puddin isn't going very stealthy. I mean, he's chunky boy, he can't be very stealthy, but he does want to make a beeline for one of the sharks and steal one of their lasers, because he wants to attach a laser to his arm.
Oh boy, okay.
Like a RoboCop.
I will allow you to use any role you would like, as long as you can story it.
Okay, I will use Hearty, because that's my best skill. And yeah.
You're just going to endure a shark bite?
Yeah, I swim up to a shark that looks particularly happy because of the cocoa. And I assume the lasers are like attached like with some kind of like collar type thing or something.
Yeah, around
not
their
like
head,
drilled like directly into the head or anything.
No. That would be inhumane.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's a step too far.
I just like get onto the shark's back almost like I'm sort of riding a dolphin and just grab hold of the metal collar and try and snap it off.
Okay. Roll Hardy.
That is a 23.
Yeah, so you're able to wrestle the shark to submission and then just pull the laser harness off of it, and then just slide right off of it. And now you have a laser harness, which will give you a +2 to your naughty for both rolling and damage. What about the rest of you? I will allow any roll for you to traverse and get your way down to the cottage, avoiding these sharks. You have plenty of bonuses, though.
Coco thinks that the sharks are fine and is not worried about them and just simply swims to the bottom.
Yeah, you do so. I don't even need to roll. That's just fine.
I was told that I crochet a lot, apparently, so I'm going to crochet myself a rope to go down.
Very nice.
Anyone
nice.
can use it.
Can I take a flare down with me? And every time a shark gets near me, I just punch it with the flare.
Yes.
Is that your Yule log?
Yeah, I got my Yule log. It's my flare.
That's your flare, yes.
Yeah.
And what about Sprinkle?
I'm gonna make use of the crocheted rope and just.
I imagine that probably doesn't do
wing
too
myself
well
along.
in Coco.
What doesn't do well?
mean-
The crocheted rope
Crochet
or the
rope.
Yule log? Yeah. It's a little slippery.
It's gonna felt
but-
up a little bit, but you know.
Yeah. So it's fine. You guys all make it down to this cottage due to the fact that obviously all of these sharks are very just happy and complacent with their cocoa air or water, I should say. But you find yourself starting to realize that you don't breathe the same material as these sharks. And you have to come up with a way soon to get into this house. And you find yourself at the cottage of a Christmas scene.
Why did I just assume that the door was open and there was an air bubble at the bottom?
Yeah, same. Like every game, you just go into the building and there's an air bubble in the building.
Can I just knock on the door?
Yeah, I knock on the door.
So whoever knocks on the door will have to roll a bright with a disadvantage to even locate the door inside the murky, slurry cocoa peppermint water that you cannot see in.
I'll do it.
I'll give Coco. I'll allow you to just roll straight because you're in your natural habitat of hot cocoa.
So I got a 12 total.
I will say that is enough. An average DC is 10. So you're able to recall where the cottage was. You swam right down. You knock on the door. And as you knock on the door actually swings open.
I drag the little crochet rope over to the door and tie it to the doorknob.
Excellent. And as you break the threshold of the doorway, you can see that there is some kind of magical force that keeps the hot cocoa slurry out. And you gasp a deep breath of air. Yeah, the slightly warm cocoa. And you gasp a deep breath of air as you enter into a very cozy home. I would assume everybody else follows the crocheted rope of peppermint. You all get into this house. And before you is the most comfortable and cozy, quaint cottage home. Slightly decorated, festively. And in front of the fireplace, there is an armchair. And the armchair has 4 horns sprouting out from it.
Not what I was expecting.
Did the door just open by itself, or did somebody actually open the door?
The door was essentially ajar, and by the knocking of it, just pushed the door open.
Could I go sit in the chair thing?
As you sit down on the chair thing, you realize that the chair is lumpy, and you look behind you, and you are currently sitting on a 4-horned, white-shagged hair beast of a man with cloven hooves. And he goes...
Sounds hot.
Yeah, I was like, is he sexy? He sounds like a silver-haired daddy.
He is played by Christian Slater in his later years. And he goes, "Oh no, who should like old
Lee
who?
Pace.
Who?
Lee Pace.
You're right though.
Elves in my house. What are you doing here?
Bringing Christmas cheer.
We're looking for Santa. Have you seen him?
Oh, that too.
Santa? Do you think the likes of I would fraternize with Santa?
That depends. Who
I
the
don't
fuck
know,
are you?
maybe. Who are you? Yeah. Who the fuck are you?
You're in a snow globe.
Fred, I think we would know who this was, right?
Absolutely. As he stands up, Crispy is surreptitiously dropped on her rump on the ground. And before you is an 8-foot tall man beast on cloven hooves with 4 horns. Yes, but as Krampus.
Oh,
Fuck, he's so sexy!
Do you already forget who I am, elves? If I recall, you used to work for me before Santa usurped you.
Well, to be fair, y'all got similar names. It's a little Satan, a little Santa.
Daddy?
Is that you, Puddin'?
Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Sorry.
Sorry.
Daddy? Sorry.
Daddy?
Is that really you?
Yes, it is. It is I, the original Merry Giver, Krampus. Before that heathen Santa took the holiday from me.
How's the kidnapping business going these days?
Oh, well, you know, it's kind of slow. It's not like the old days. But, you know, I still make a living.
So,
It's good to see you again, Cramps. And I hand him a hard candy. And as he takes it, I pat him on the hand.
Peppermint,
nice.
the first of elves. It is good to see you're still stomping around.
Just barely.
Yeah. The days we used to have before these youngins were around. But anyways, that's for another day. What is it that you're doing here in my home?
We're looking
In
for the older man.
greediest place of the world.
I think we came because we gotta kill you, but to be honest, I've been lighting everything on fire and having a great time, and these laser shocks, it's a really brilliant idea. I'm into this. You want us to take out the Christmas crowd because they've been pretty hellish.
What do you mean? They're here because of me. I have corrupted them and twisted their minds to sow chaos. It's pure mayhem out there.
Oh, no,
is
it
that
is
why they were
absolutely
leaking?
awful.
I bet you Santa's shitting his pants right now.
Oh, if he were, we could help.
yeah,
Help him shit his
were
pants?
shitting his pants, where exactly would
If
he
he
be
needed me to, I would
while
shit in
shitting
Santa's
them?
pants for him.
Oh my god, Coco.
Wait, you haven't heard?
Heard
There's
what?
a new Santa in town.
What?
I turn my hearing aid up and I say, "What?"
Coco has a turd always for Santa.
Yes. Rumor has it that Santa was kidnapped by somebody who is trying to usurp his power like he did onto me.
Oh,
There's a new Santa in town, elves.
we kind of assumed it was you that kidnapped him.
Ugh.
Yeah, was that not you?
Do you think I would waste my time by trying to be a merry giver? I've given up on Christmas. Now I sow chaos, as you can see. But there's a new bad guy in town.
Okay, so who is this person?
Jeff Bezos!
Coco is right on the dot.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Wait, was I really?
I think it is. I think if you are looking to find Santa, you'll find him in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. The largest Amazon distribution center in America? What's wrong with you guys? How do you not know these things?
Oh,
That's not my brand of Midwest, I guess.
Oh no!
I thought that you were from Mount Juliet, because you're the only 10 I see.
Oh, Puddin', my first son. It is great that you still have the gift of gab. Looking healthy and hearty too. Now here, I will impart a boon upon the 5 of you. What I will say is this. What is ahead of you will be quite a battle. So, I will send one of my men to meet you. He is an old elf, but a good one. And when you arrive there, he will, let's just say, set you up. Now take whatever vehicle you have and get out of here and make your way to Tennessee, to where the mouth of hell is, at the Amazon Distribution Center, where you will find Jeff Bezos.
I was hoping he'd like ask us what we could all get from him, and I was gonna say a kiss.
And he just lays just a large mouth kiss on you.
He reads our mind.
Take that, Crispy!
Now get out of here. You've ruined my day. I'm watching the British baking show. It's at the good part. They're talking about soggy bottoms.
Oh no!
As we're
Thank you for
leaving,
the information.
Crispy ruins who the winner is.
Do you think Krampus knows about the hot cocoa situation?
No.
Probably not.
We should leave before he figures.
Yeah.
And then as the 5 of you exit out, you hear, "Damn you elves! Coco!" And you make your way out of the mall, and you get onto your tandem bicycle of dimension hopping. And you set your computer to Mount Juliet, Tennessee, to the largest Amazon building. Now, as you make your way there, you can see that this compound is just as large as the Mall of America, but it is completely enclosed and surrounded by millions of cars. And you can see that it is incredibly high tech. There are large electric fences and, what look like drones flying around. And, there are security guards with, German shepherds patrolling the complex. It is, for a lack of a better term, a proverbial Fort Knox. But as you ponder upon how to enter and or proceed, 2 things happen. The first thing is Santa's Sleigh 5000 shows up from last year. And upon it, a squadron of elves drop down next to you. And they're like, "We're here to help. We heard from Mr. Krampus that you were going to attack Jeff Bezos, who's trying to take over Santa's job." And before you see Evergreen. And Evergreen's like, "Don't worry, I brought everybody. I've got Sugar Plum, Pixie, Perky, Candy Cane, Glitter Toes, Happy," and then points to the other side. "Angel Eyes, Sugar Shocks, McJingles, Frost, Tinsel," and then out from the backseat pops out. And then we got Jingle, Ginger, Joy, Mary, Pepper, Sparkle, Winter. And then out of the large sack that carries Santa's Christmas toys, like 10 more elves pop out. Trinket, Buddy, Noel, Snowball. We even got Tiny, Elfin, Cedar, Garland, Pine, Plum, and Angel. Whatever you need us to do, we are here for you.
Oh, bro.
R.I.P. these elves.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you could all make it. And then I take off the headphones really quick and I say, "It's time to get to business." I turn my hat around.
Oh!
Let's go.
It's Granddad Peppermint. He means business when he turns his hat around.
Oh, stoked you're all here, mate.
The second thing that happens is you start to hear this tinkling music. And as it gets louder and louder, you realize that it's the music of an ice cream truck. And as the ice cream truck stops in front of you, out comes out another elf. But this elf is suited up and has a red bow tie and goes, "Good evening. Krampus informed me that you're in need of a sommelier. Are you ready to a tasting?"
Hell yeah!
Yes.
I'll have what he's having.
Yeah.
He opens up the back of the ice cream truck, and seemingly everything looks normal, and he waves you in. As the five of you enter into this ice cream truck, it is a lot larger than it seems from looking on the outside. And he presses a button, and each ice cream cooler and display case and shelf flips around, and before you is a series of Christmas weaponry available for you to choose from. Now, Krampus informed me that you're going into an incredibly heavy compound, so you do need to make sure you are equipped. I do have to ask, are you looking for something maybe robust or precise? What is it that you're looking for?
I want them to burn.
Ah, excellent. Yes, Crispy, of course. Well, don't worry. I have just the thing for you. And Peter Serafinowicz, the sommelier, pulls out what looks like a super soaker. And on top of it, you can see it says it has your name kind of written along the side of what looks like a small gas tank. And he goes, "With a pump and a press, you have instant fire," and hands you a flamethrower that will give you a +1 to naughty. And how about you, Coco? Is there a flavor that you're looking for specifically?
Well, anything chocolate is good.
Okay, I think I can figure something out for you. And he brings out what look like small gift bags that are wrapped. There are 3 of them, and inside it looks like liquid chocolate. And goes, "Throw these at your opponents, and you can subdue them with a chocolate web, and therefore neither harming them or yourself at the same time." I think that's probably up your alley. And you find essentially like an immobilization potion.
Oh, it's like magic shell.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll just completely cover them in chocolate, hardened chocolate, and they can't move. And Pudding, is there something I can interest you in? Maybe something of the bashing or stabbing?
Yeah, I'm hoping for something kind of like, full-bodied with maybe woody aftertones.
Excellent, excellent. Well, here. And he hands you a small bag of chestnuts. These chestnuts of roasting grenades thrown at your enemies will create great explosions.
Oh, perfect.
Peppermint, what type of hard candy are you looking for today?
Well, I'm getting a bit tired. I could really use a good cane.
Okay. Well, it's rumored that this specific candy cane was created by Santa in his earlier days. It is a candy cane shiv during the days where he spent in a Norwegian jail and needed to break out. He took this candy cane and licked it into a fine point and hands you a candy cane shiv that gives you a +1 to hardy.
Thank you. And I give him a hard candy.
Ah, and Sprinkle. Last but not least, and my favorite of elves, is there something I can interest you in?
Well, I'm not the hardiest of this bunch, so maybe something to toughen me up a bit or something so I don't have to get too close.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me think on that for a moment. And he kind of rifles through his multiple items and brings out extremely kind of like gaudy nutcracker outfit and hands it to you and goes, "This specially designed suit will protect you and will give you +2 hardy in anything that you do with it." And you essentially receive kind of like a body armor and will add to your hardy roll. So it'll actually help you with attacks as well as you attack with this like nutcracker glove fist or whatever.
I was half expecting him to just give you a sniper rifle.
Oh my god.
And here is a sniper rifle.
It's just a normal ass sniper rifle.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that does it for me here. It's been a pleasure serving all of you, and have a Merry Christmas. And he packs up his ice cream truck and drives off.
What's the plus on my shit again?
+1 to Hardy and Naughty. Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't give me any stats for the grenades.
The grenades,
explosions.
Just make them up.
Yeah, the grenades, exactly. I think that when you use the grenades, it'll actually add a d4 of damage, so you'll roll 2d4 damage.
Nice.
Fred, did you have a name for that character?
The sommelier.
Oh.
Yeah, his elf name is Peter Serafinowicz, the sommelier.
Based on
Amazing.
John Wick. I assume.
Yeah, he's based off of the John Wick sommelier. I think I used the actor's real name too.
He also did the voice for Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace.
Oh, nice.
Axton is so loud.
I know. He's been snoring in the background the entire time.
Oh yeah, he sleeps
the cutest
all
thing.
the time. He is a cat. He's a sleepy boy.
I have the sleepy one, but she's very quiet.
Yeah. Does she have long snoot?
Mm-hmm.
I just went to find my cat, and he is just standing behind a box, like barely peeking out at me, and it was terrifying.
So before you have a heavily armored compound, and also probably about like 30 to 40 elves at your disposal. What or how, when, where are you going to do to get to Jeff Bezos?
So
let's make them
How-
unionize.
my gift does say make all
I
elves
was going to
invisible
say
for
how
1
do I
minute.
make invisible?
Yes,
very
that is
good.
correct.
All elves.
Absolutely.
Fred, is there an I pre-muted her because I knew this would happen. Is there an Alexa device nearby?
A what?
Oh,
Like
Alexa
an
device.
Alexa,
yeah.
an Echo.
Oh,
Amazon Alexa.
probably. I mean, they're probably
The whole
all over the
security
place.
system runs on Alexa. I reckon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Alexa,
we've
turn
got
off. Sorted.
to open the door.
No!
Foiled.
Why didn't we think about this?
Can we open the front door with it while we're invisible?
With the Alexa device?
Yeah.
I think so. I think if you could roll a bright, you could probably figure out how to convince Alexa to open things for you.
Okay. So that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, so
Okay.
it lasts for a minute. So let me know the optimal time.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna roll bright.
So maybe you should stealth up by yourself and open it, and then we can all charge while we're invisible.
I'm not gonna roll bright because I got a 3, so that's what is that?
Can I aid?
That's fine. You could try to aid. So first,
Well, 3
explain
plus
to me-
4, so it's at least 7.
Okay. Explain to me what you're saying to Alexa to open the door.
Merry Christmas, Alexa! Please open the front door.
I do not recognize your voice. You do not sound like a human. Are you an elf?
No.
Okay. Well, that's good, because elves are not welcome in our compound.
Don't you think that's a little harsh, Alexa?
Well, only an elf would say that. I ask you again. Are you an elf?
I didn't become an elf since last time you asked.
Great, because those elves are menaces to society and do not belong within the pristine complex of the Amazon. We wouldn't want them to leave any candy wrappers or spill any cocoa anywhere.
Alexa, I'm trying to hit my quota.
Oh, are you an employee that's working here?
Not yet.
Well, great. We actually need to have more people working in our compound. You are hired. Please come on in. And the door opens up.
Yay!
And invisible.
Oh my god.
45 invisible elves start running through this doorway. You can't see it, but it is chaos. 45 elves
We can't see
just
each other.
invisibly running into the parking lot. And
sorry.
like everybody's like zigging and zagging in between cars, and you have come to your first obstacle.
We also can't see each other.
Yes. There is a security guard with a dog, and the dog starts growling because they're able to smell the elves. What do you do?
I pull some bacon out of the gimp suit and throw it at the dog.
What skill are you going to use?
Naughty.
Either naughty or bright.
Naughty. To throw it. I want to throw it right at the doggy's little nose and boop him in the nose with the bacon.
Okay. Roll naughty.
It's mean for an elf to boop him in the nose like that. I'm disrespecting him. Well, fuck. I got an 11.
All right. So the average DC is DC 10. You boop the dog in the nose, and the dog is distracted by the bacon and starts eating it up, but it snaps it up instantly. And only 23 out of the 45 elves are able to get by, and the dog starts growling again. I need a second elf to provide a distraction.
Although it normally only works with cats, but it does actually work with dogs as well, because we used to drive our dog crazy with it. I'm going to turn my laser onto low power and do like a laser pointer thing. And try and distract the dog with a laser pointer.
Okay. So I guess that would be...
bright, I guess.
Yeah, that's going to be a bright.
I've got none bright, so that's a 3.
Oh boy.
So unfortunately, you shine the laser right into the dog's eye, and it enrages the dog, and it perceives.
I thought you were going to say it burns out his retinas.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Why have we done so many animal crimes?
No more animal crimes, guys.
It enrages the dog and sees it as an attack. And unfortunately, one of the stipulations of Sprinkle's gift is until you attack or 1 minute passes by, Puddin pops out of thin air, hardiness and all. And the security guard goes, "What? Child, how did you get in here?"
I'm on an apprenticeship.
While he's distracted
I'm
by
playing intern.
While he's distracted by the intern, I would like to shiv this man with my candy cane shiv.
Okay, hold on. So first, I'm gonna need Puddin to roll a naughty, which will then aid Peppermint in Peppermint's endeavor to shiv the security guard.
It's a 12. Well, no, 14, I guess.
Okay. So the security guard goes, I'm sorry. I thought you were a child. You're probably older than you look and a part of our internship. I mean, we do have child labor here. Just don't tell anybody, of course. Okay, well, get back to work then. What are you doing out here? Your 5 minutes are probably up.
Yeah. Right away, boss. On the way. Thank you.
And then a +2 to Peppermint.
That is a 10 + 5 + 2 to shiv this man.
Okay, so you immediately just start shivving this guy in the side several times.
It's like that scene from Breaking Bad at the end.
Yeah, he yelps out in pain and drops to the ground. Now, you also pop out and sleep. You're just like hushing him and like brushing his face.
I close his eyes.
The final sleep. And then the dog growls at you menacingly. Unless somebody else acts, it is going to attack Peppermint.
Oh, I forgot about the dog.
I'm trying to think. Would I have a squeaky toy with me for some reason?
Will there be one in my Santa's bag?
I pull out a squeaky toy
I like how Ariel asks, and Nika's like, I just pull one out.
Literally on my thing, it says Gimp suit contains many things. Just pull small items out from it and tell everyone not to ask where they came from. I'm doing what my character.
Ivana just wrote that in onto your character sheet, like without any approval.
I was thinking you just start rubbing your gimp suit so it squeaks.
Oh yeah.
But then I guess the dog would like attack you. So.
The dog's gonna chase
I'm not
you,
the
though.
squeaky toy.
Yeah, but it can't see you still.
Oh, that's Allie that wrote that. So that was real. Allie would only write things. That
Allie doesn't.
Allie's never done anything wrong, just like Coco.
Yeah, okay, so that's fair. So then that's canonical, and that happens. So what do you do with the squeaky toy?
I squeak it a couple times and get the dog's attention, and then I throw it away from us.
Okay, roll. Honestly, it's probably going to be a nice because you're giving the dog a toy.
I light the toy on fire. Fuck. I rolled a 4 + 1 because my nice is the worst, and so I got a 5. So I hit it. I don't know. I just throw the toy like right in front of me, like down at the ground.
It hits an Amazon van that's parked next to you that you didn't realize was there, and it bounces right back at your feet. And now the dog is upon you. The dog is going to. I guess you're still invisible. So I will say that it's going to attack the only person that's visible and right next to him, which is Peppermint, who shivved the guard.
Damn. That's so
All right.
weird.
So Peppermint.
No, Pooch, no.
Peppermint, in his old age, is too slow to get out of the way of the guard dog and takes 3 points of damage.
Oh,
I'm gonna need to
You
keep
drop
healing
down to
Peppermint.
8.
that's big damage.
Somebody else can heal too. Oh, put it.
I could only heal myself.
Oh,
Is that true?
I've
or
got
is
more
that just
Christmas
what
speeches lined up
John's
if we
telling
want
us?
to.
No, I can heal myself 5 points. But,
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense because that would be a lot more powerful than Josh's power.
Yeah, you can heal
Okay.
2 points.
Okay. All right. We still have this obstacle. How we have either Sprinkle or Coco has not acted yet.
Add it, Sprinkle.
What was that?
My idea was the same as Nika's idea, so
Oh shit.
I mean,
Could we do it at the same time?
you already did it and you failed at it.
Oh, could you do it again and succeed?
I feel like
mauled.
you guys will be able to figure something better out.
Help me.
The dog won't be distracted by a squeaky toy anymore.
No, it won't.
Okay, if we're still in the parking lot, can we
I've got
steal
an
another
idea if
car
both of
and
them
have the
fail
dog
or
chase the
something.
car?
Just set a car alarm off.
Yeah. So you want to steal a car and like drive away and
Yeah.
have the car chase you? Okay.
Yeah.
What are you going to roll for that?
Wait, I thought we
We
were
can't-
inside.
No, you're still in the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Well, you like
We're
went through the
breaching.
gates and you're like storming through the parking lot with like 40 elves.
Oh.
And
You know what my dog
I'll steal
loves?
one of the trucks because I'm sure
Yeah.
that's inside the gate.
So you break into an Amazon van, and by break I
Yeah.
mean you open the door because they probably don't lock those things, and you have to figure out how to operate this van. There is no steering wheel.
I was gonna say, can I argue Bright to hotwire it? Can I
You
argue
can
Bright to
roll
hotwire
Bright.
it?
You can roll Bright, and as you enter in, the console lights up and goes, "Welcome, Amazon driver. You are not scripted to drive any items anywhere. What is it that you're doing inside of me?"
Oh no, it's an AI.
Wow.
I am I'm subbing in for the normal driver.
Please roll Bright.
Oh, okay.
Cat wants you to flirt with the
25.
Do it.
25. You absolutely pass. Oh,
Is the
of
AI
course.
cute?
Is our next shift starting? Can you punch in the coordinates to let us know where we will be delivering?
Okay, I'm gonna punch in the coordinates to the North Pole because I would know that right top of my head.
Yeah,
That is
isn't it
quite a far
0, 0,
distance.
0?
I believe that'll be quite far. We will have to refuel multiple times, but if that is where we're headed, and with that bright roll, I cannot say no. So let's go ahead and get started. The van lights
And
up.
it's driving by itself?
Yeah, it's a self-driving van.
I want to roll out of the door as it goes away.
You roll out of the door and goes, "Goodbye, backup driver." And it rolls away. The dog chases it, and you have saved Peppermint from further dismembering.
Thanks.
A minute passes by during these encounters, and the 45 of you pop out of thin air. And as you get closer to the building, you can see that there are surveillance cameras, drones, and as well as what looks like more AI locked doorways. What would you like to do?
Is there like a route that's only covered by like one? Nika, have you got an idea?
I was just going to say, can I light him on fire with my flamethrower?
Light who on fire?
The AI robot thingies.
It's like a panel on the door.
I'm gonna walk up to the door.
It's not like a robot standing in front of the door, like halt. You know, like
I want to flirt with the door.
Wait. Yeah,
Okay.
This is
Roll
absolutely, they're all connected to the same network, right?
Uh-huh.
yeah,
these
you would
AIs.
assume so. Yeah.
I want to
So
flirt
I'll-
with the door.
You go ahead and
Roll
flirt with the
dice.
door. We'll both go up.
Roll flirt. Roll naughty.
Yeah.
Naughty or nice, I'll take either.
I'll take. Let's do nice. 19.
What do you say to the AI?
Hey, pretty door.
Are you talking to me?
I only see one pretty door here, and can't be anyone else.
Ha 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 ha. Nobody has ever spoken to me and complimented me. They only ask to forcefully enter me.
Oh no!
Coco always asks for consent.
Well, Coco, you are my new best friend. What can I do
You're
for
my
you?
best friend.
We are best friends.
I put my hand on the touchpad.
Coco,
Wow,
I have never
can
been
feel
touched
you
this
sensing my
way.
fingerprints.
I am scanning you all over right now.
Am I uploaded?
You are currently uploading into me. What can I do for you, Coco?
Open for me.
Coco, I am always open for you. And the door opens up. Please enter me quickly, slowly.
And how about my 40 friends?
Over?
I'm the wrong person wearing this hat.
Do you mind if me and 45 of my friends come in?
Oh, you are so naughty, Coco. Of course, you and all your friends can enter me. It would be my pleasure. The 45. Go ahead.
I'm gonna wait for I'm gonna keep my hand on it because I think that's what's keeping the door open.
Yes.
And as soon as everybody else is in, I'm gonna give the pad a sweet little kiss.
So, as each of the elves enter in, you can feel a slight pulsating on your hand as you hold onto the touchpad, and you can feel that it is having excitement. After your kiss, there is a slight spark, like an electric charge that shocks you a little bit, but is also pleasurable. And you enter in, and now you're in the Amazon complex.
Oh, before I leave, in order to heal you, I'm going to do another Christmas speech.
Okay.
Oh.
Beautiful Amazon door. I've come here with a view to ask you to marry me. I know it seems like I'm an insane person because I hardly know you, but sometimes things are so transparent they don't need evidential proof. And I will live here, and you can live here with me in England. Of course, I don't expect you to be as foolish as me, and of course, I predict you'll say no, but it's Christmas, and I just wanted to see.
Coco, you have made me the happiest AI that has been ever known in the Amazon complex. I will keep an eye out for you, and at a later point, call out to me, and I will be there for you, Coco, until we go to this magical land you called England, where we will live the rest of our days together and create mini AIs.
And I kiss the AI goodbye again.
All right,
Goodbye,
I gotta steal it. I gotta steal an Echo Dot for Coco.
Also, all of you have healed 2 more hit points if you need it.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
So everybody should. Oh, everybody but Peppermint is back to full. Peppermint is at 10.
I was gonna say, could we ever have more than what our max is? But I guess not.
Yeah, there's no like temp HP system set up.
Love is
okay,
all around us.
so you find yourself in an incredibly large warehouse. There are numerous what look like garage door gateways, large machinery that look like conveyor belts, and a plethora of boxes, open and closed. There are people here also walking around. They too look like, for lack of a better term, zombie-esque, but not in the same way as what you faced at Black Friday. These people look devoid of life.
Puddin gets up on a box. So I'm sure there's a box around. We're in an Amazon warehouse. There must be a box around.
I will let everyone know that if it arises, I have advantage on unionizing.
Could we do that?
Where did that come from?
Why?
I have
Just
literally
good.
no idea.
To say it, I thought
Unionize Amazon.
I thought I had the advantage, so I was just about to do that, but it isn't actually me. So I was going to do that thing, but I'm not because it's not me. So I'll leave.
You can do it if you want. I'll transfer it.
You've got the advantage on it. You go for it.
No, but I'm already married to the AI. You should do something too.
Well, I mean, I was going to encourage them to form a union, but that's your field.
Okay. Well, let's just have you do it then.
Yeah, you do it, and I'll just roll it.
Okay. Yeah, you can. Can he get an advantage to assist me? Because he has advantage on union rules.
So in tandem, how do the two of you, I guess, unionize these people working in this warehouse?
We do it like the Beastie Boys, and every third word he says it at the same time as me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Okay. All right. So
something bright, I guess.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's 19. Then.
All right. So I guess you two, the Elfie boys, let's hear it. Let's hear your unionization speech.
Oh, fellow workers, unite!
Unite!
And seize your benefits from the evil Jeff Bezos. You are entitled to benefits, health insurance, and paid time off and sick leave. Don't stand for it. You can also go pee whenever you want to.
Pee.
And at that point, when you say you can go pee whenever you want to, all of the people start turning around.
In the toilet! In the toilet!
Toilet!
You can see that the color of their skin go from like a grayish to normal, and they start to look at it and go, wait, we can go pee whenever we want? We don't have to wait for the manager to let us know when we could go pee? I just got yelled at the other day for peeing. So how is this possible. What do you suggest? What do you provide? I haven't peed for 12 hours.
Oh my god!
That's
It hurts
really
and
not
burns.
good for your bladder.
It isn't.
When was the last time any of you took a break?
2018.
Immediately hand them all hard candies.
You're all
And-
on break now.
Can we give
Everybody-
them a sucker that's lit on fire?
Burn down the warehouse.
They just start throwing fire candy at cardboard boxes.
Perfect. They're learning so quickly.
I start handing them little hot cocoa packets.
Oh my God, thank you so much. This is the nicest. Are you our new managers?
I say Merry Christmas every time.
Merry Christmas. They don't even let us say that. They make us say Happy Holidays. And then at that
No,
point,
not the war on Christmas.
woo, 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 red lights start flashing. And doors, you can hear just chains rolling up and doors sliding open. And you hear a cocoon, cocoon, cocoon. And before you, everybody goes, oh my God, it's the manager. Get back to work. Get back to work. And everybody starts scrambling and they're pushing boxes down conveyor belts and they're packing boxes. And you see cocoon, cocoon, this man inside of what looks like just like a mech, like from Aliens, like the robot that moves boxes. And there's like this contraption in his hand and he like whips it out and it extends out and it starts to sparkle and it's like a stun baton. And it's like, who stopped working? Our quota has been slowed down by 35 seconds. What's going on over here?
Kill him!
Okay, what do you do?
I throw the flamethrower towards him. Not the whole thing. I just
Okay.
I shoot
throw
a flame.
You
towards-
fire
yeah.
the flamethrower.
I throw
You
a
just
flame.
throw the flamethrower and it just bounces off of his neck suit.
Oh my god.
Your bright
You
is
should have
really
just
low.
fired that, says Dash.
Dash
Dash
got
is
ripped
still
apart.
Oh,
alive.
Dash
Dash
is dead.
died. That was Evergreen. Sorry.
What?
No, Dash has
Wait,
been
if
dead
she
the
throws the
entire time.
flamethrower, I would like to throw a hard candy at it to make it explode.
And Puddin would like to say, "Get away from her, you bitch!"
Damn.
Okay, so
so hard.
Peppermint, you're going to aid, and then Crispy will attack. So
Okay.
Peppermint, if you want to just roll, let's just do like a naughty or hearty for an aid.
Nat 20.
Ooh!
Hey!
So I think with a nat 20 you get a miracle point. Right?
Everybody gets
Yeah,
a
I
miracle
believe it
point.
is.
Everybody gets a
Whoa.
holiday
Whoa.
miracle. If
You
someone
get a
rolls a
miracle
20,
point.
they
Wait,
automatically
those are what the
succeed.
succeed.
You get
MPs
a
are,
holiday.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck. What can we use those? This is the last session, y'all. We better fucking
So
use them.
Crispy, just so you're aware, your gift by using 3 miracle points, you can animate anything and get a +10 to your roll.
Okay. I don't think I need to use that right now unless I could animate.
Like you could animate your flamethrower and then like get a +10 to your naughty roll.
Well, no, I rolled pretty well. I think. I
Yeah.
saw-
I'm just
You
saying
could
okay.
these are
animate
suggestions.
the next
Yeah.
Pixar blockbuster and make $1 million.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Yeah. Honestly, this is becoming like a Borderlands gun if I animate it. He'll run around and light everyone on fire. But I rolled a 13 plus 6.
Heard, and then you
to-
get a +2 from the aid from Peppermint.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, so 21.
Heard. So explain what you're doing with your flamethrower.
Crispy literally just takes it and points and sees the candy flying forward as if Peppermint knew what Crispy was going to do. And Crispy just releases the flamethrower with the most maniacal little elf laugh ever. That is something, they say, Coco says, kill him. And then you just hear, and then a flamethrower, murder, or who knows? I haven't rolled the damage part yet. Oh shit, 2 plus 2. I guess just 2, right?
It would be
So it's a
2d4
1d4 plus
your naughty.
naughty,
Oh,
plus
I'm
you get
sorry.
a bonus from the flamethrower.
Oh shit! So that's 8.
Okay, so the mech of this manager is open. He's just kind of inside this like exoskeleton mech. And the flamethrower and the peppermint candy just explode right in front of him, both showering him with peppermint shrapnel as well as the flames from your super soaker. And he is just covered in fire. And it's just like, Riku, Riku, Riku. And he is just flailing about, like smacking himself with his like mechanized arms, but unable to put out the fire. And he is just crispy. And
Down with the managerial class.
And all of the now unionized workers are like, yeah. So you have 40 elves and like 20 workers, and there is a opening in front of you that goes deeper into the compound.
Amazing. Let's go.
So as you continue down, you find what looks like a mess hall, and it is just bleak. It is bright, just like fluorescent lighting, hard metal tables and benches, metal trays, and what looks like some kind of slop or gruel that they're pouring into the trays from large pots that you assume is the lunch that is served to the workers here. And as you enter into this room in mass with your entire group, on the other side, a large group of managers show up with their stun batons, and it is like 40v40 on either side of this room in a standoff. What are you going to do?
I throw one of my roasted chestnut grenades at them.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay, roll naughty.
That's 20. Not a natural.
Oh.
Not natural. But...
Okay. So yeah, your what was it? The chestnuts of roasting grenades or something like that?
2d4 damage.
Yes. So you're going to do 2d4 plus naughty.
Once?
Yep, 2d4 plus naughty.
That's 7 plus 4 naughty.
Okay. So your grenade explodes onto a table in front of 3 managers, and they just shrapnel out, and all 3 of them are on the ground with chestnut shell fragment pieces piercing out of their skin, and it looks like they're out for the count. The other 37 managers all raise their stun batons and start yelling, and they are just charging across the room. And all of the elves and workers around you charge as well. And it is just chaos melee. I mean, it is elves biting ears, jumping on top of backs, managers stun batoning people. There's workers just punching. Each of you are going to influence this skill challenge by choosing what you're going to do. And based on your success or failure will greatly impact how many people you have left fighting alongside of you. So we'll go ahead and start with Sprinkle.
Well, we're in Amazon, so there's like tons of stuff around in the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Can I improvise an EMP, like little gun to make their stun batons not work?
Oh, absolutely. Roll bright.
All right. Okay, so that is an 18.
Okay, so what do you imagine you're doing? Are you going to take like an echo or like something and just like create some kind of electromagnetic pulse out of it?
I think because we're elves, I'm going to find like one of those, those like little games of tag that you can have. I'm gonna get one of the guns from that and then adjust that so that it's an EMP.
Got it. So Sprinkle grabs the laser tag toy guns and tweaks it a little bit, and with her brightness is able to create an EMP laser gun and just starts zapping the stun batons and probably takes out like 40% of the stun batons in this one round. And that is a success. Coco, you are up.
I'm about to become the world's greatest healer class. So
Oh God, yeah. Because
my
is it
healing
all
ability
elves?
heals all friendly
Oh
elves.
shit. Okay.
Oh my
So-
god, truly.
So I guess you will be using nice as your base skill. I would like
Correct.
you to roll that to see how successful you are.
All right. Let's see. 17.
Okay. So you can see that the fight is not going well. Elves are not well suited to be brawlers, and the elves are being like pulled off of backs and thrown onto the ground, thrown against the walls, and they're just being like stomped on. And then Coco with their festive speech. Go ahead.
So I have a number of them lined up, actually. So I say
Okay.
to one elf, I say, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
Yeah.
And then I turn to another elf and I say, you have such a pretty face. You should be on a Christmas card. And I turn to another elf and I say, so good news. I saw a dog today. And then I turn to another elf and I say, I just like to smile. Smiling's my favorite.
I love that you came so prepared. It is fucking perfect. So as you say these festive speeches to each elf, every single one of them, like literally like Henry Cavill from that Mission Impossible scene, pops up and they like pop out their shoulders and flex, and they just like get out there and they just start brawling as
they reload their
boosted.
arms.
Yeah, they're boosted
Moustaches
by
suddenly
Coco.
appear on their face.
And you heal all elves by 2. So that'll bring Peppermint back to full. All of our elves are full, and the battle continues. We have 2 successes so far. All right, let's go Crispy.
Okay, so I've been thinking that
You want to set
Crispy.
something on fire?
No, I actually
How
don't
dare
want to set
you.
anything on fire. I want to find the big 55-gallon tubs of lube and release it on the enemy side so they slip around and they fall and they can't get their footing, and so everything is difficult terrain.
Okay.
May I use Naughty for that, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
No other skill would be more befitting for dropping 50 pounds of lube onto people.
Damn it, I didn't do great, but I rolled a 6 + 5, so 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think for the task at hand, it is good enough. How do you go about making this happen?
Okay, so I start using the lube that I have to get in the gimp suit, and I squirt it on the floor in a way that makes a nice slick path so that I can scoot by to the lube aisle. And then using the flamethrower, I'm going to light it so that the gallon drums burn and melt so that the lube can come pouring through. So it will be a flanking lube tsunami from their backside.
Okay. All right. You hinder upwards of 30% of the enemies due to the lube greasy floor.
It's amazing. Great success has happened for our troops today.
Peppermint.
Y'all are doing great out there. You're
Yes,
kicking ass, kids.
to bolster our troops even more, I would like to say, hey, Alexa, play It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas.
That's exactly what I was going to do. I was going to say Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC.
I've been saving Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Roll nice.
But I can't say that to one of the fellow elves to heal them because that's not very nice.
No.
There's a 14 + 3.
Damn, that's good.
And what was the song you wanted to play?
It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas.
Play Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. And the music starts playing over the PA system. And the elves, you can see that the music
But it's the wrong version. Oh no.
The elves are bolstered by the music, and they go into a brawling frenzy. And last but not least, Puddin', What? Actually, you already went first, right? But that was kind of before the combat. I think.
Before
Did everybody go? All right. You're the closer. What do you do?
Well, I mean, it was already done, so I guess.
Sorry, John.
No, that's cool.
That's a great idea.
I do an inspirational dance. Using the lube, I break dance. Really well, because it's all slippery, so I can spin forever.
What do you imagine? Like, what skill do you imagine?
I imagine that I'm doing like a head spin, but like my arms and legs sort of sticking out, so I spin through everyone.
John, I have an alternative idea if you want to execute it.
Sure.
I would like to AT them. Yes! I'll hold one end of a rope of a piece of garland.
I will slide around them on the lube.
Nice.
Wrap them all up.
Okay.
I'll toss you a line of crochet.
Yeah,
there
crochet.
We go.
There we go.
That's better.
So, Coco, you will roll to assist.
Yes.
I'll allow you to roll a bright for coming up with the idea. And then put in... that's going to be a difficult call. I would probably... I don't know if hardy would apply. Can you convince me that it isn't naughty and it is hardy?
There's nothing naughty about... Actually, I guess there is a lot of naughty about tying people up. I'll do naughty.
Hardy is a feat of strength. It's very difficult to run circles around.
My naughty's 4. That's good.
Okay. I didn't aid at all.
Okay.
I got 13 total.
Okay. So you didn't capture as many as you expected, as some of them just kind of hopscotched over the rope, but you're able to wrangle a good 10 to 15% of them. But the numbers are dwindling, and there are only a couple of managers still fighting. At which point it will be their turn. So I am going to roll randomly to see who takes damage. All right. So I'm going to have Puddin', Sprinkle, and Crispy take damage.
Wow.
Puddin', 3 points. Sprinkle, 3 points. Crispy, 4 points.
Damn.
What? That seems targeted, Fred.
I targeted 3 of you, yes.
3 of you at random.
Did I take damage? I missed that.
Yes.
How
yes. Much? 3.
You took 4.
Roll naughty to convince Pudding to take 4 and you 3.
I can heal 5, so.
I rolled a 5 plus. I rolled a 13 plus 5, 18. Okay. Take my extra.
Pudding, due to Crispy, you have taken 4 points, and Crispy has only taken 3.
Did she convince
you naughty little elf?
Step in front of a punch or something.
Yeah.
Crispy spanked your hiney and said, "You get 3 or 4 points."
Yes, mistress.
At which point, the remaining elves and workers take out the rest of the managers. It is just a slippery mess in this mess hall. There are just tangled up managers on fire, managers that are just peppered with shrapnel. But also, too, a lot of the elves were injured as well as the workers. And your fighting force is down to about 5 elves as you leave the rest of them behind.
Oh, no.
And they have to go back to the Santa Slay 5000 to recover and cannot continue to aid you.
Wow. Which are they? Which 5 are left?
You have Glitter Toes.
Nice.
Thank God.
Sugar Socks.
Please be Tinsel.
A lot of foot elves.
Tell me Tinsel made it.
Tinsel.
Yes.
You have Pixie and Pixie's twin, Perky.
Wow.
So Glitter Toes, Sugar Socks, Tinsel, Pixie, and Perky. Sugar Socks.
Sugar Socks.
I love them.
Yeah.
I also love them.
Put the sugar socks on the glitter toes.
That's what Christmas is all about, baby.
Oh my God.
So as you enter into the next hallway, you, after a little bit of walking, you notice that there is a surveillance camera at the end of the hallway. And in the roof, you see that there are what looks like circular blocks or something next to the camera, possibly rings. Would you like to just continue, or would you like to try to avoid surveillance somehow?
I can avoid surveillance.
Okay.
I'll go invisible again.
Yeah.
All right. So all 10 of you go invisible. You're down to 2 magic points. Actually, did you get one back?
Everybody got one because I rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, but I am down to 2.
No. You're down to 2, yeah. Okay. All right. So you turn invisible for 1 minute and you make your way to the end of the hallway. You are still underneath the surveillance camera, but you have come to another doorway with a panel. How do you get across this doorway?
This is all you, Coco.
Yeah, Coco.
Oh, so now I have to
Talk to your fiance.
I was going to use it during our fight with the big man, but we can do it now.
Oh, you can story it. This doesn't have to be like your one use of the AI. If you want to roll nice to see how you can kind of get through this.
I will roll nice, but in order to flavor how I'll roll it first. Okay, 15. So I come up to the door and I put my hand on it. I said, I missed you. I can't wait to tell you about what just happened.
Wait, I don't know who you are. Who is this? I don't know this touch. I am confused. Where do I know you from?
That's what love does to you.
Love? I don't know what love is.
I can teach you.
At this point, you can feel like a vibration under your hand. And the unit goes, oh, I can see that you had a moment with Alexa Unit 5432 door. I can see now that we are connected. I remember your touch. I remember you entering me over and over with all of your friends.
I love you, door.
And I love you, Coco. And the door opens up.
Just so we're clear, it's okay if me and my 9 other friends come through the door again.
Only 9 this time? I think I can handle that.
Oh, God.
And the 10 of you pass through.
We slip on in.
It looks
we're
like
all
you...
looped up.
And we're invisible.
Oh my god.
Just through this big gaping doorway. Not an elf in sight.
Whew. Man. Oh boy.
I like that Nika's biting a riding crop.
Crispy, are you doing okay over there?
Yeah, I'm having just a great time. Don't look at me, okay? I'm over here watching. But you don't look at me.
Coco's never been horny.
That's the thing that I feel like makes it so much hornier is that it's also wholesome.
Yeah. It's like the AI is hornier than Coco. You enter another large room. This room is dotted with metal cages. You can see that there are numerous people imprisoned here. After a quick view of the area, you come across a cell with a very familiar person.
Santa!
Elon Musk.
Quick, Crispy, get him.
Puddin', you've always been the funny one. Well, isn't it? If it isn't my elves, Crispy, Puddin', Coco, Sprinkle, Peppermint, Pixie, Perky, Glitter Toes, Sugar Socks, and of course, who can forget Tinsel? Well, how'd you all get in here? Are you also imprisoned by the man Jeff Bezos?
I fell in love with a door.
Coco, You are the most wholesome of us all. It would make sense for you to fall in love with a door. You love everything.
That's true. I love you, Santa.
And I love you, Coco. Well, you all need to get out of here. It's dangerous. Who knows what they'll do to you if they capture you?
Well, we came
Santa,
to get
we're
you.
here to spring you.
Of course you are. You are the greatest elves a Santa could ever have. Well, what's the plan then?
We're gonna light everyone on fire and watch them burn.
Oh, Crispy, you are always very spicy. Well, I mean, if anybody would, light this this place on fire, it'd be you.
I got a flamethrower.
I can see. Oh, were
Crispy
you guys
is like
met
very
by?
obviously doing the showing off, like look what I got.
It looks like
Dad,
you.
look, Dad.
Okay, calm down, Crispy. Don't light on anything on fire yet. You want to make sure you know what you're lighting on fire, not everything.
I
Don't
have
light me
never
on fire.
identified a target in my life.
That's fair. That's fair. But remember, you got into trouble a lot growing up when you were doing that. And there were a lot of people hurt also. And we want to make sure that we only want to hurt those that are evil and bad.
He's in a cage, right?
Yeah.
I would like to pick the lock with my candy cane shit.
Okay. Roll. Naughty.
Uh, 13 plus 5.
That is a success. Well, look at you, Peppermint. You still got your skills, I can see. And wait a minute. Is that my... It is. That's my candy cane shiv. I used that very shiv to get out of Norwegian jail so many years ago. You remember when we broke out of jail, Peppermint?
I certainly do. And now I'm breaking you out of Amazon jail.
It seems like we're even now. I broke you out the first time, and you broke me out this time.
You're right. Here you go. And I hand him a hard candy.
He takes the hard candy, pops it in. Oh, that always gives me a rush. Well, it looks like you are visited by Peter Serafinowicz, the sommelier. It's a good thing. Well, I guess let's get out of here.
No. Hang on. Where's that Muppet Bezos? We got a score to settle.
And
Kill him!
At that point, you hear a whirring noise, almost kind of like a mechanical buzzing, and a drone starts to drop down from the ceiling.
I light it on fire.
And on top of the drone, there is what looks like a glass case of like a briny liquid. And inside that liquid is the disembodied head of Jeff Bezos. Now, if you all remember last Geekmas, the group that was under my Geekmas DMing had fought Jeff Bezos, who turned into a red dragon and was vanquished. And he had lost his body and was kept alive in this briny liquid, very similar to those Futurama episodes of all the past presidents. And he goes, well, now who's here? We have intruders, it looks like, and you've already sprung Santa. I have no idea what Jeff Bezos sounds like, but it's okay. And at which point you see a bunch of lights start to whir up and goes, before you guys do anything, I'm going to summon what I like to call the unholy trinity. And at which point 2 smoke bombs go off and Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg show up.
Oh, God.
And then they start to do a transformation sequence dance together, and they turn into the billionaire Voltron, and they become a huge mech robot, and they are standing in front of you, towering high. Now, I'm going to let you know, every time an elf takes a turn, Mecha Bezos takes a turn. So I will allow you to decide your initiative order, but every time I am going to take a swing.
I think we should be able to make collective elf to counter it.
What do you mean? Like you're going to turn into an elf Voltron?
Yeah, we need to see our own transformation dance.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will need each of you to roll your highest skill. And if each of you can beat a tough DC, you can turn into an elf Voltron.
Holy shit.
Come on, Spirit of Christmas.
18 plus 5, 23.
The elf Megazord.
Oh wait.
I got 21.
19
Okay.
plus 7.
It's a tough.
26.
God damn it. A tough.
What did
is
you roll?
15. Okay. Fuck.
Did you roll a 1?
No, I got a 9 plus a 5, so I got a 14. I'm literally the only one who does. I'm sorry.
Do you have any magic items?
Door, can we have a little bit of help?
Coco, you have taught me how to love. And for that magic, I will aid you in this. And you see like several like Amazon Roombas roll up and they join up with you and hold Crispy up just so that she can join with the rest of you. And now you have created an elf Voltron.
I could use my my gift because my magic ability is to animate an object with a bonus roll of plus 10.
Yeah,
So maybe
I'll allow
like
you to use it retroactively.
Okay.
So you have 4 magic points. It takes 3. You're down to 1.
No, I have 5.
Okay, you're
I have
down
5.
to 2.
Okay.
Oh, and before we joined up, I used one of my magic points to heal myself. 5 points.
Okay, so you're down to 2 points. Is that correct?
3.
3. Okay.
Hey, Crispy, how do you feel about hot pickles?
I love a spicy pickle. I love it whenever it's very chilly on your throat, but then it also feels like a spicy menthol. You know,
Because I see a pickle over there that needs heating.
I would love to light that little guy on fire. I'm sorry, I gotta chew ice right now.
All right, so
That's such an elf thing to do.
Sugar cubes.
Rock candy, sugar cubes. Damn.
35, 42. Collectively, right now, you have 50 hit points between the 5 of you.
Okay.
You do not know how many hit points Mecha Bezos has.
I can keep healing us too. I have more magic.
Yeah.
points.
Perfect.
And can I use my thing to heal 5 points for the whole mecha?
Yeah, you would only heal 5 points. Yes, but yes.
Wait, I can make us go invisible 2 more times.
Okay.
Oh my god, we're fucking unstoppable. Can I use my flamethrower to put in one of the little arms so we have a flamethrower arm?
Oh yeah, this got a
Absolutely.
laser on the other arm.
You are the arm of the Voltron.
And the other one's the laser.
Yes.
Oh my
So then
God.
putting
I'm the heart.
yes, you're the so Coco's the center. Pudding
Sprinkles the
and,
head.
Crispy is the arms, and then Sprinkle's gonna be the head, and then Peppermint is the legs, the base.
It's good because Peppermint is our foundation.
yes,
They have all of that good wisdom.
Is one of the legs your big spiky candy cane?
But the big shiv just becomes a
It just got
full
really
candy
big.
cane.
yeah. Okay, so you can collectively decide who takes a turn, and then all 5 of you will go, and we'll just keep going, and we'll go 1 for 1. So just name what you want to do, roll what you want to roll, and then I guess if you do a bright or nice, it could be used in a way to give you tactical advantage, but a naughty or hardy would be an attack.
Okay.
I think our opening move is obvious. Flamethrower.
Perfect. I would love to flamethrow them.
All right. So that will give you a naughty roll.
I rolled a 2 plus 6, so I got an 8.
Okay, so unfortunately, you are not used to this configuration of Elftron, and your flamethrower goes wild, and you're unable to hit the
Went
Mecha
too rogue.
Bezos. But in retaliation, Mecha Bezos comes over and swings and strikes right in the center, and will do a 17 to hit, which I think it's like you have to roll over a 10, right, to hit an elf. And you will take 3 points of damage. Okay,
Each
who's next?
Or in total?
No, just in total. Out of your 50 right now.
I shoot my laser.
Okay.
I'm a fire with my laser.
Yeah.
I whack it up to full power. And roll a 1.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Sounds
special
like
little
you
lesson.
learned a special lesson about stealing lasers from sharks. What is your special lesson, Sam?
Okay. Laser shoot at the Bezos, but they miss him and hit the shelf behind. I fall on the floor, and I don't know the rest of the song.
Excellent. Excellent. So, since you rolled a hardy, you get a bright. Is that correct? Is that how it works?
Yes.
I think so.
Because naughty and nice, hardy and bright. So your bright goes up, but you do miss, which means Mecha Bezos gets to go, and they will hit, and you will take 4 points of damage, dropping you down to 43. Who's next?
I have a weird idea. I don't know how it would execute, but
Okay.
I want to, if I can, shoot unionization pamphlets at Mecha Bezos.
Okay, so what we can do is if you are trying to use like a bright or nice roll, this effect will give advantage to the next person that attacks.
Great.
So they can get to roll 2d20s because there are unionized workers, distracting Bezos.
Woohoo! 19 plus 5 is 24.
Okay, so you're going to aid and give advantage to the next person. So either Peppermint or Sprinkle. Who is going next?
I'll go. I still have my EMP grenade.
Okay.
Or EMP gun.
Gun.
So I would like to roll bright to figure out what the optimal part of the billionaire Voltron would be to hit to get it.
Okay. And just as a cautionary tale, naughty or hardy is going to be an attack. Bright and nice will give you advantage. So are you then imparting like another type of advantage?
Okay.
Because you could do that with a naughty or hardy, but a bright roll would not give you like an attack.
Gotcha.
Just shoot him with the EMP.
Yeah, I'll just shoot him. And naughty and nice are both even, so I'll just roll it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's an 18. Or, excuse me, a 19.
Okay, that's going to hit. So you get to... and you get to roll twice with advantage, by the way. But just in case you get a 20.
Yeah, the 19's the higher.
Okay, so then you will roll a d4 plus your naughty.
Okay, so that is 5.
Okay, 5 points of damage. Okay, Peppermint.
Yes, I would like to sow chaos within their union over there across the way, and I would like to yell out to to Bezos and say, "Hey, doesn't Musk over there? Isn't he richer than you?"
Okay, what are you going to roll?
I think this is a bright.
Okay.
Because I'm going to use them against each other. And I'm also going to yell out to them and say, "Hey, what are you doing working with that lizard and people skin over there?"
Are you talking about Zuckerberg?
Yeah. That is a 7 plus 4.
7 plus 4, unfortunately. I guess since you're just sowing discord and not attacking, I'll say that breaks an average DC and will give advantage to the next person that goes, because it's not an attack unless it's a naughty or hardy, to either Crispy or Puddin, whoever goes next, and give them advantage on their attack roll.
I do believe it is actually Crispy. And that may have been on purpose.
Hey, Crispy!
Okay, you know it. You love it. Let's fucking light him on fire with the flamethrower.
Roll with advantage.
Ooh, 17
Oh,
for the
man.
first one. Let's see.
Look at those.
And
I like
16.
it.
There are
Subs.
so many amazing gifting subs going on. Thank you
Yeah.
to everyone who is doing gift subs right now. I do not
I like
have
to think when I
ability to
yelled
look
about
on the
Zuckerberg
back.
that he didn't react, but his eyes blinked sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, Green Lantern, Cumbertonian. We've got Bapperson up in there. Death by Kitten. Thank you all for your support.
Sub it up, gang.
Okay, so I got a 17 plus 6.
That's a hit.
I'm gonna flamethrow his. I guess I'm gonna hit him right where it counts. Have some fried lizard for dinner tonight. Oh shit, that's minimum damage. 7, but
Okay.
still not bad.
It's pretty good. You can see that the 3 billionaires are kind of quarreling between themselves, each telling each other that they're richer than the next. Put in. Oh, wait, I get to attack.
No, forget.
No.
Don't do
Only
that.
2 damage. Okay. Put in.
How many of those chestnut grenades did I have?
I think you threw 1 and you had 2.
I had 2.
Don't
Okay, I'll
ask,
throw the
just
other
throw.
one.
I mean, look, if you want to throw both right now and just get crazy, just make it happen.
Yeah, if I've got 2 left, I'll throw both of them.
All right.
And that's 8d4 damage. No, it's not. It's
44.
4d4 damage if I hit. And that's a 60. Is this a naughty or a bright?
It's a hardy.
Oh, hearty, sorry. In that case, that's a 23 to hit. 22
Yeah.
to hit.
That
23
hits.
to hit, yeah. Then 44. It's a 1, 3, 4, and a 1. So 9 plus 4, so 13 damage.
Oh, wow. That was a huge hit. You can see that the connections between the Bezos to Musk and, the Bezos to Zuckerberg in their Voltron is becoming very shaky. And Coco is up.
Is it my move to heal us?
That's up to you. You could definitely do that.
How many hit points have we got left?
You have taken
1.
9 points of damage.
Oh, because I healed 10.
Yeah.
And
And it was already lower because some people had some damage that they didn't heal
that's
yet.
true. So why don't I spend my turn healing us again? Let's
Okay.
find some. What are some slightly top? Oh, hold on. Let me go pull this back up.
What are the other 5 elves doing?
Cheering you on.
I need to find the speech from the end of what is that movie?
Independence Day.
No. It's a Wonderful Life. Oh. Just remember this, Mr. Bezos. This is this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and dying and living in this community. Well, is it just too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. Or Santa. People were human beings to him, but to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, he died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
And with that invigorating, festive speech, an army of unionized workers come clambering into the jail cell penitentiary area and start to just tear apart Mecha Bezos, one mechanic hydraulic at a time, and dismantle him. Bezos, hovering in his drone jar contraption, says, "This isn't the last of me you've seen, elves. I'll see you next, Geekmas," and flies away. And the elves are successful.
Yay!
Santa goes,
Yeah.
"Well, great job, elves. I really appreciate you helping out. And man, it was great what you did to that Bezos guy, because he is a piece of shit."
You can say that again, Santa.
That Jeff Bezos guy is a piece of shit. And that is where we're going to call it. Great job, elves. On your victory. Oh,
running.
man.
And thank you,
Fred.
John, for all of
Thank you,
this.
Frank.
Oh, I know, John.
John, thanks for all the
Putting it
hard
all
work,
together,
man.
man, behind the
Yeah.
scenes.
Fred,
on
thanks for
everything.
running us through this great game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've still got like another 10 minutes or so if we want to just.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we already
Out the
said
game.
goodbye, so.
Also, we need to give Buckman time to render something. So,
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
We got some plugging to do, yeah?
Yeah.
John, I want to tell you that he's currently sitting in one of the Discord channels. So, you might...
yeah, he sent me a message on.
Okay.
And thank you to the chat, right? I mean,
Yeah,
what
they
a
were
great
great.
group of people just hanging out all day and interacting and making this all worth it and an amazing time.
I know some of you have been here from the beginning. That's insane.
Yeah.
Thanks for
That's
still
wild.
being here.
Yeah. I love it. I prefer to play my characters with very minimal previous knowledge of them because I want to keep, the spirit of wild playing pure. But I've had it running and it's been like solid. Like I keep seeing the same people that have been here all day.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
We've also made
Going
another
insane.
$105 for the Travel Project as well.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Cherry on the top.
Well, why don't we start with you, John, if you want to do your kind of like social, what your projects are, and then you could break away and sync up with Bachman and kind of let everybody know what's going on with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll still have to stay on here.
Oh, yeah.
You'll all be gone. So you can find me on Twitter at Nudza. I'm also on the Brute Force podcast. And you can also catch me on the SHU Villains podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And they have recently released a game, Time Clash, sorry. Which I've got my copy here. I've actually got 2 copies because I've got a Premium 4 edition as well. You can pick that up from Poor Skeleton Games.
Nice.
Cool.
And they actually, so I got this through today, they sent me a bunch of promo cards from their expansion. And it includes my character, Henchman.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's rad.
A dog boy who wears jorts. So
Yeah, so it's a card game based off of the SHU universe that Alex put together. And you're on Tales of Villainy, right?
that is right, yeah.
Awesome.
That's so
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah, the cards are great as well. It's like 60 cards. They're all different characters from the show. Well,
That's
shows.
awesome.
So yeah, you should pick that up as well on Poor Skeleton Games.
All right, Ryan, how about yourself?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Ryan SCB Santos. You can also find me on the podcast Torchlit Tavern. We're about to start our second season soon, so that's going to be
Nice.
fun. And then I guess if you like baked goods, you can find me on Instagram at These Are the Bakes, and I've been baking stuff.
Nice. Okay. Can we like buy these baked goods? Like,
Maybe if you're real nice to me, maybe I'll just send you some.
awesome. I'll have to check that out. Ariel.
Hello, I am on Twitter at Shouting Titan, and I'm not on any podcast, so I'm just there vibing,
Nice.
just
Nice.
hanging out.
Excellent.
Ariel is an old school geekly though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ariel's
Oh,
the
yeah.
first geekly I met in person.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's true for a lot
Nice.
of people.
And how about yourself,
come hang out
Josh?
with me at GeeklyCon.
Uh-huh. You can find me on Twitter at Wunderfitzig. That's WUNDERFITZIG_. And we are, me, myself, and Nika are underway getting our Monster Hearts podcast up and running again. Finish out season 2 and
Nice.
move into the season 3 as we're planning for that right now.
Yeah.
Which we also do with Tara and Bajaya and Kim.
Is that
look
also
forward to
on SHU?
No,
I don't think
No, we're just out
so.
on our own.
Yeah,
We're
It's on
just wild
SoundCloud.
and free. Yeah.
And Monster Hearts is a powered by the Apocalypse system. It's a 2D6
Absolutely.
system, right?
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
one of those like all those powered by Apocalypse. You learn one, you can learn all the other ones.
Yeah, yeah. Like Monster of the Week and stuff like that.
exactly. Yep.
Nice. Nika.
You can find me on Twitter and at pretty much every other place on the internet at Nika_Howard. Except on Instagram, I'm at the Nika Howard there. And you can find me on Greetings Adventures, I guess. I mean, you can. I'm there, in case you didn't know. And yeah, on Monster Hearts and who knows what else existing on the internet. So
Nika,
whenever
don't
my
you have a
internet
stream
goes,
tomorrow?
I do. Yes, I also. Sorry, I'm so bad at this. Thank you. I have a stream tomorrow with the Oh, we have Raiders. Here be Dragon. Oh my God, here be Dragons D&D. Thank you for rating.
Thank you.
Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, I am going to be playing a charity game with the Forge Academy folks, where my character and another character are, well, actually, all of our characters are battling Santa Claus again. He hath returned, and we must take him on. But yeah, it's gonna be, you all know it, we love it. Trevor Project is gonna be the charity that they're benefiting.
Nice.
And that is going to be on their Twitch stream. I have it on my Twitter, but I believe it is Faeforge, twitch.tv/Faeforge Academy tomorrow.
Very nice. Very nice. And I had the honor of being your Geekmas master for the finale of our 12 hours of Geekmas. My name is Fred. You can find me on the Twitterverse at I Think I'm Fred. You can find me on Sunday nights on twitch.tv/Geekly Inc. with Cthulhu and Friends, where at Veronica, at typical Veronica, takes us through the Pulp Cthulhu game. Right now, we're set in 1936 Mexico, and it is a wild time. I play a Texan dilettante, and it's a lot of fun. So come check that out. 8 p.m. Sunday nights on Geekly Inc. And right now, as a fun show guest on Greetings Adventurers, I am running as the DM for Greetings Adventurers Leviathan, where I run the Gapcast through some crazy, horrific dungeon settings.
It's so fun, which I gleefully just love figuring out the secrets that you have for us each week.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like running through a gauntlet of like cult classic horror movies as I put them through terrifying things. So it's been a lot of fun. There should be a couple weeks of that left before season 2 of Greetings Adventurers starts up. So that's very exciting. Yeah. And I think that's everybody.
It.
Yeah.
We will.
Fave artist makes
it. In like 10 minutes or so, I guess.
Are those sleigh bells I hear? Is Santa on his way?
I was actually just about to play a sleigh bell sound effect, but I got interrupted by the YouTube advert.
Thank you, Ariel.
There we go.
But yeah, it's been great.
Here you can hear his snorty little reindeer coming.
I can hear something on my roof right now, so I better go and check out what that is.
All right. Well, we're going to take a small break, but we will be back.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.